any of the houses them.
Last some, what's up, my baby?
They have passed.
Big up yourself, last some, big up yourself. Good to see you, my sweetheart. Long time I don't see you, good to see you, you know. Word is love. You know them people that try to sabotage my live stream, but it not gonna work. It not gonna work, you know. Not going to work. Let me see if it'll work now. The man they sabotage my live stream, the box cover. I can't believe this. The man really sabotage my live stream, you know. OBS all of a sudden now work. Alright. Alright, I go fix things. Don't worry on yourself. We are gonna fix things. I go fix things. Let me see. Which one of them? That one, I believe, yes. How you guys doing? Planning to come to Jamaica this month? Pray about it. I don't see what go on in our waters now. Painting a go on last some. Painting a go on. Pray about it, yeah, mama. If you don't pray about it already, pray about it. Trust me. Some dangerous thing are going on in our waters, you know. Man, them out want look like they want to ignite World War III. Don't know what them are dealing with, you know. Okay, so this one I work now. Alright. Alright. That one here work. I'm going to come off of this. Alright, so people them over Bolo VNR, Bolo TBV supposed to hear me now. Supposed to hear me now, right? And see me. Because just now, you want to walk one. Well, not see me because we're not there on camera. Brian Campbell, what's up, bro? Salute, salute, salute. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Take all the time and rock and come in, ladies and gentlemen. In the meantime, I'm going to go and play that banger here. In the meantime.
Conference night. It look like after this thing's gonna change. So let the power fall on us. Let the power fall on us. Oh, let the power of heaven fall on us. Yes! I'm going to stand on the protocols that have been observed because time is short. But I must pay respect to the leader of the People's National Party, Mark Jefferson Gold. And I have to big up my supporters from Northwest St. Catherine. But I will never forget the efforts of those in East Portland and my people from East Rural St. Anne. But this speech might not make everybody happy. Because as far as I'm concerned, Jamaica is still a Christian country. We know that because the anthem is a prayer. And the PNP is still a Christian party. Because with steadfast assurance, God will look down. It means something to be a Christian country. Because we should live by the principles of Christianity. And it means something to be a Christian party because we should be guided by the principles of Christianity. And one such principle is that God is the Father. And the Bible said, who among us, if our children ask for bread, will give them stone? And if our children ask for fish, we'll give them serpent. Too many of our children are receiving stone and serpent from the Jamaica Labour Party. In PEP, 13,000 children this year did not achieve proficiency in mathematics. they asked for bread, they were given stone. 11,000 children did not achieve proficiency in English language. And then when it comes to CXC, it gets worse. Because 18% of Jamaican children get 5 subjects, including maths and English. And then I hear that the Minister of Education is seeking a promotion. What can go so? By right, she should be asked for her resignation. But I understand what is happening in the JLP because they have no talent. The JLP remind me of an artist that got to studio with 10 words and want to make 30 songs. What can go so? But we have found the stone heap and we have found the serpent nest. And I guarantee that in 5 years after we take government, we will defeat Trinidad, we will defeat Barbados in CXC the same way we treat them in Carifta. I hear Peter Phillips say that education is on my mind. And no cartel is here, but when it comes to education, I am the teacher. That must be mashed down is that of absenteeism. In the rural area, 37% absenteeism, and in the urban area, 18% absenteeism. The first thing we're going to do is make sure we have boarding facilities for at least 30% of our school population. And then we are going to give 1 meal per child in school. The JLP will quickly say, how can we afford it? But let me tell you something about afford. They say they can't afford 1 meal per child in school, but they will afford 3 meals per adult in prison. What can go so? Let me tell you something about afford. They will say they can't afford to board a child in school for 5 years, but they're planning a big investment in prison to board you with gun for 15 and with murder for 30. What can go so? And then we are going to ensure we fight to keep our teachers. We are going to put a teacher retention plan that make it easier for a teacher to own a house, for a teacher to drive a car, for a teacher to be comfortable in the classroom and in the staff room. We will meet with the embassies and our friends from the embassies who wants our talent to help us to prepare an investment so that they can get and we can have and our children aren't left without teachers. But you see, after that investment, you see who want to prevent our 1 degree per household. You see who want to have our children being recruited by gangs and molested by adults. I am giving you. You see after that investment, you see who encouraging our children into gambling and truancy and alcoholism. I am giving you. A new day is dawning. Ma golden ako. But comrades, I'm going to close because time is short. But you see, I know in every family there's disagreements. But when you go out there to vote for your MP, you're not only voting for your MP, you're voting for a man like Mark Golden, who is trustworthy and honest. I don't know what truths they will bring when that thing is tabled. But if you're surrounded by 40 thieves, maybe you are Alibaba. man like Dayton Campbell was a farm food and don't farm food. A person like Philip and Natalie and Michael that will help us to recover faster from disaster. Tony and Wickham and Denise that will move you from street side greeting to business meeting. When you go out to vote in Region 1, Region 2, Region 3, Region 4, Region 5, and Region 6, you're voting to tell Fable, move our foot, make the area come in, move your foot, Fable, move your foot. And finally, East Rural St. Andrew, when you vote for my best friend from 7th grade, Patrick Peter King, you're voting to make the power fall on us. Let the power fall on us. Oh, let the power from heaven fall on us. Power to the people.
Chairman, my leader, the general, our next Prime Minister of Jamaica, Comrade Mark Jefferson Golding. To every comrade who has come out for Conference 86 to send a message, let me hear you say ready. Special things. First, to send a shout out to the young comrades, to all the young people in the building. Let me hear you say ready. And to my comrades, my bonononos, the winds beneath my wings from Northwest St. Anne. Let me hear you say ready. Comrades, I stand here this morning at a critical time in our nation's history. And I stand with young people like me, a young people who have seen the future of this country. And that future is a future where the People's National Party is the next government. In that future, we see our next Prime Minister in Mark Jefferson Golding. The young people here today are declaring that that future is bright. But comrades, as we stand here today, I have to confess that while I can see the light on the horizon, I can also see our present reality. The faces of my friends, of my brothers and sisters across the country. And what I see is pain. What I see is a frustration with the current state of things. What I see is that for 8 long years, the people of this government, the watch of this government has been filled with broken promises and empty pockets. But I want to tell you this, comrades, that the storm is coming to an end. For 8 long years, we've been told no and low. No vision for us under this government. No affordable homes for the young people of this country. No progressive jobs that can guarantee people a livable wage. Low educational qualities and outcome. Low health care offering and no safety for the people of this country. But comrades, we are just nearing the promised land. We are just about to see Jordan and have seen the future of Jamaica, where the voices of the youth are not silenced, where the government is not spending taxpayer money to hunt down young people who dare to speak the truth in this country, but is offering them opportunities to uplift themselves and their families. I am seeing a future future where rather it works. And we have opportunities for young people in agriculture to do something for themselves. I'm seeing a future where path is for the people and we're giving a hand up and not just a hand out. I'm seeing a Jamaica where the creative industry is prioritized, where every promoter, every artist, every sportsman, every sportswoman, every chef can get a bus in this life. We've seen that for far too long, the growth in this country has been low and slow, and the government has only given lip service to the creative industry. Under a PNP government, we are going to ensure that every young person in this country who wants an opportunity to build themselves through the creative industry can do just that. Comrades, there is a vision, but who is going to lead us into the promised land? The one that can deliver the change that this country so desperately needs is Mark Golding. And under his leadership, we the young people, we are standing and we are ready to work with him to rebuild Jamaica for the people, by the people. That is how we are moving forward. In this new day, the People's National Party will restore dignity to the people of this country. We not run nobody off a land, but we are going to ensure that there are opportunities for affordable housing through the National Health Trust, which we built to ensure that low-income housing is a reality for Jamaicans. Comrades, we hear that the government talks a lot about what they have done for young people. But I want each of you to look into yourself. Are you better off now than 8 years ago? Can you truly say that your lives have been uplifted? Well, the time has come. People time come. And the young people of Jamaica, I want you to rise up and say, we are going to do a new thing. We can't sit on the sidelines any longer and say, "Cha, I'm not filled with business." It's not filled with business because the country is going over a precipice and we can't stand any longer. And so, comrades, I want to see each one put up on a voting finger. Everybody put up your voting finger. This election, whenever them stop afraid for call it, it is a movement. It is us sending a signal that 8 years of bondage is over and we are moving to the promised land. And the People's National Party is going to take us over the mountaintop because Jamaica needs a change right now. And so I want you to gather your friends and gather your family, because the future of your children, the future of us on this stage, it depends on us doing the right thing right now. And so I ask every comrade within the hearing of my voice, are you ready?
I love you.
Hey, me I tell you, say, that speech they relevant no more than ever. You understand? The battle is lost, but the war don't last in Jamaica. Welcome to the platform, you see me? So, brother Bolo VNR, we in the space once again. I'm on Bolo VNR 2.0, Bolo TBV, on YouTube, Bolo VNR Clips, and of course, Bolo VNR 2.0, Bolo VNR Clips, Bolo TBV, and Bolo VNR on TikTok. On all platforms we live. It couldn't be said any better, ladies and I'm telling you last time, it couldn't be said any better. And everything that was said by Damian Crawford and the young lady there, you know, we are seeing it and feeling it even worse now. Those same struggles are in Gabriela Morris. those same struggles are intensified. You understand? And, you know, a lot of our labor right brothers and sisters that have realized that they made a colossal mistake. And it's even worse than we anticipated, you know, ladies and gentlemen. Who would have anticipated that a war would have started with Iran and America? One that seems to be offsetting into a conflict between Cuba and America. That Jamaica now appears as if they're right in the middle of. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that we would have been here? Who would have thought that we would have been here? Sorry about that. Sorry about that. You just click off our like. I'm back. You guys are hearing me? Perfect. Ryan Campbell, how you doing, my brother? Bless up yourself. Bless up yourself. Ryan Campbell hit the like button everywhere I'm going. Alright. Now, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, there's a lot for me to cover. You know, let me start off with the integrity boss. Let me start off there. Like I said, there's a lot for me to cover. Let me start off with the integrity boss, right? And I'm happy to see the Patriots and the PMPYO come out in full force with the nasty attack from the young drunkard of the JLP. I mean, I know now most drunkard, yeah, man. I can't even edit to me upset. We have some germs in them. Huh? Look for the good leader and I try to fabricate things and I spread doubt. One is nasty, man. One is an evil, diabolical, disgusting, disgraceful setup. I'll be in a big up yourself. See? Let me share my screen. I put out a video already, and so. But also, I'm just going to show you. I will talk about what was said by by the way, tomorrow, Father God make sure say, you may have to depend on for wait me. Sometimes the work kind of overwhelming, but Miss Perkins, I cannot afford to miss this particular you know, this particular sectorial debate. Miss Perkins is in Hanover. And of course, one of the things we're going to talk about today, it's interesting that she's going to be diving into tourism and linkages. That's very interesting. You guys don't want to miss that particular speech. And what I've seen from Miss Perkins in terms of the little time that she came to Parliament, because her area has been ravaged. How you doing, Jamaica, America? Miss Palmer, how you doing? Because her area has been ravished. You know, the little that I have seen, it says to me that she's not afraid. Oh, how you doing, Auntie Tiny? Tell them, Auntie Tiny, we need to double tap the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man, like up the video, share up the video. Right? She's not afraid. And there's a lot of things to talk about in the tourism sector, which I don't want to get into now because I don't want to preempt the show. So let me just play this first. I'll get to it afterwards, right? This is the Patriots, Danville Grant. They don't come out a lot, you know. But when they do, when the Patriots come out, they come out with solid statements. Listen to this.
The following is a release from the People's National Party Media Unit.
Mr. Goling has once again demonstrated that accountability is something to be embraced. We are now calling on young Jamaica to show the Jamaican people that their stated commitment to integrity extends beyond partisan politics, and to demand from the Prime Minister the same transparency they so eagerly sought from the leader of the opposition.
Visit our website at pnp.org.jm.
Oh, Jamaica, like I said, this is the Patriots. They don't say much. But that is the core of it. We are demanding of the Jamaica drunkard to come out and show us that they are not just about partisan politics. They really are about accountability. They really are about holding leaders accountable, including their own leader, Andrew Holness, that has not been certified for almost 5 years now. You understand? Where is the same energy? We are calling upon them, ladies and gentlemen, to come to the front of the class, right? And make sure that they keep that same energy. Because they ran out, right? Insinuating all type of thing in some article in the Gleaner and Hour Today, right? Them run right out, you know. So we're calling on them. We're calling on them. Now, of course, Peter J. Ferguson is going to dive a little bit deeper. So let's hear what she has to say, ladies and gentlemen. As a matter of fact, why am I not recording this? Ladies and gentlemen, it's your brother Bolo and I want to examine. It says here that public apology from Young Jamaica for misleading attack on Mark Bowling. Hey, that's what I love her, you know? Yo, let's hear what she has to say, yeah, man.
The following is a release from the People's National Party Media Unit.
The People's National Party Youth Organization is calling on Young Jamaica and the Jamaica Labour Party's Communications Task Force to issue an immediate and public apology for the dissemination of a reckless, baseless, and malicious statement concerning opposition leader Mark Golding's 2024 statutory declaration. The PNPYO is deeply disturbed that this misinformation was sent to the media and disseminated to the wider public without even the basic level of research, verification, or due diligence being conducted. The PNPYO further notes that the certification by the Integrity Commission of opposition leader Mark Golding's 2024 statutory declaration was published in the Jamaica Gazette on May 26, 2026. More than a week before Young Jamaica's defamatory press release was issued. The Jamaica Gazette is the official state newspaper and a journal of record for the government of Jamaica and serves as the official medium through which such information is published to the public. Even the most basic level of due diligence would have revealed the facts before Young Jamaica chose to issue its statement.
So I did not know that. Before Young Jamaica came out and put out the article, Mark Golding statutory declaration was gazetted. No man, sue them, Mr. Marky G. If they don't come out and publicly apologize, sue the hell out of them. Them out of that. Make an example out of them, Marky G. I know they have a lot on your plate, but I know you can find on the top line of them where you know, if you just deal with the case. No man, them stink man, them out of order man. Let's continue.
Public is therefore entitled to ask whether this was simply negligence or a deliberate attempt to tarnish the reputation of the leader of the opposition. We are proud to be led by a leader such as Mark Golding MP, whose statutory declarations have been certified by the Integrity Commission every year since he became a Member of Parliament in 2017, including for the year ending December 31, 2024. The Prime Minister and the Minister with responsibility for information have repeatedly pledged to fight misinformation and correct falsehoods when they arise. This is their opportunity to prove that those commitments are more than talking points. If an apology to the leader of the opposition is not forthcoming, it will speak volumes about how seriously the JLP and its affiliates.
Hey, me say, you see you. That's why I should get the big box, ladies and gentlemen. Dana Morris Dixon, we're calling you out. Dana Morris Dixon, that pledged to fight misinformation. We are calling you out. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not following and you're not subscribing, please do so right now. Dana Morris Dixon, Minister of Education and Responsibility for information in whatever capacity you are. We are calling you out. if you guys don't swallow your pride and fix young drunker arm business and make them come out and loudly apologize to Mark Bolo for spreading mischief and misinformation in regards to his statutory declaration without doing any real research. And this thing is a regular thing from them too, you know. And that will find out, you know. Over the years, they have been operating in this capacity. Right? So now, seeing as the JLP want to tell us that they are the standard of information and they are the only ones we should listen to. Well, we're not going to let this go, you know. We are not going to let this go. We need to apologize to the integrity boss. The man even lose money in a 2024, $30+ million. And what alarms me is that the man is not the prime minister. So I don't understand why you guys are so zealously attacking his statutory declaration when he has a track record of being certified, but your leader for the last almost 5 years is not certified at all. And if you should go into the details of the report, it's quite damning. Right? And this is why the People's National Party was asking for his resignation, for him to be removed and do the principle thing. But because you guys don't have any principle, right? And now we know that you don't have any principle based off your actions from then till now, right? We still is going to call on. We're going to call on you to have some shame, have some dignity, have some self-respect, and apologize to the leader of the opposition. The Right Honourable, the Most Honourable Mark Jefferson Golding, out of order. Let's continue.
Truly take transparency, accountability, and honest public discourse. As young leaders, we have to hold ourselves to a high standard and strive to operate above the fray at all times. It is unfortunate that young Jamaica chooses to engage in this kind of political tomfoolery, while they and the G2K remain largely missing from policy discourse and advocacy on the myriad issues affecting Jamaica's youth. The PNPYO is calling on.
Hey, what does the young arm or the young jail people, what them for? They are so quiet when it comes to key policies and legislations and what is actually happening in the country. They seem to be an organization of puppets that only move when the Prime Minister tells them to move and only talk when the Prime Minister tells them to talk. Where's your independent voice? Where is it? Very, very sad. A call of action. Have some dignity about yourself, man. Do better, man. Do better. Let's continue.
Young Jamaica to apply the same standards of accountability to its own leadership. While Mr. Golding has been certified annually since 2017, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has remained uncertified since 2021. They need to explain why their Prime Minister's statutory declarations remain uncertified.
He needs some milk!
The youth of Jamaica deserve better. The country deserves better. An apology and correction of the record are not only warranted, they are necessary.
Visit our website at pnp.org.jm or check us out on Facebook at Jamaica PNP.
Big shout out. Sorry about that. When it actually got to that part of the music, that's what happened. So big shout out to her on that, and then we play this again for the reaction purposes from the Patreon.
Or check us out on Facebook at Jamaica PNP. The following is a release from the People's National Party Media Unit.
Mr. Golding has once again demonstrated that accountability is something to be embraced. We are now calling on young Jamaica to show the Jamaican people that their stated commitment to integrity extends beyond partisan politics, and to demand from the Prime Minister the same transparency they so eagerly sought from the leader of the opposition.
Visit our website at PNP.
That's very, very clear. Now, I want to play this. JLP is a disgrace. Look at this. The JLP senators voted no to help in Hurricane Melissa victims rebuild. Senator Floyd Morris, opposition spokesperson on housing, proposed amendments to NHT bill that would have ring-fenced NHT funds only to rebuild homes destroyed in St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Hanover, and St. James, limited further annual NHT extractions to 2 years ending March 2028 instead of 5 more years to 2031. Government senators voted both amendments down. Again, over 20,000 homes destroyed, 70,000 Jamaicans still under tarpaulin. The government had the chance to act. They chose not to. Mighty God. For all the people in St. Elizabeth, Hanover, St. James, Westmoreland, and all the other areas that are displaced, homeless, I want you guys to remember this moment. The moment that the Jamaica Labour Party government that says they are caring government decided to vote no to this particular amendment. Let's listen. Let's listen, ladies and gentlemen.
Amendments that I am...
Morris?
I have some amendments that I am proposing, and in two, I would want to see us delete 2C, 2D, and 2E, because...
Delete 2C,
yes,
2D, and?
E.
Yes.
So that we would support for 2 years, which would end in 2028. And then I am going to be proposing a new 3.
Clause 3?
Yes.
No, don't get there yet then.
No, it's consequent.
It's consequent on this.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm adding a new section 3, which would read, these funds should be specifically used to build houses for citizens who have been affected by Hurricane Melissa in the affected parishes. And the existing 3 would become 4, and therein we would change the date to March 2028. Those are the amendments that I'm proposing.
Thank you very much. So the members would have heard the proposed amendment to clause 2. All in favor of the amendments proposed by Senator Morris?
Aye.
Thank you very much. So 1 minute. So the noes have it. Divide?
Yes.
Yeah, are you serious, Senator Morris?
Yeah.
A divide?
Yeah.
Yes.
Madam Clerk?
This is a proposal to build
Madam
house
Clerk?
to the people who are...
Senator Brown, please.
I'm just trying to clarify.
Senator Morris?
I have...
So there you have it. The Jamaica Labour Party representatives did not hesitate to say no to helping 20,000 people that are displaced, that their house was destroyed, 70,000 Jamaicans that are still under tarpaulin. I just want that to sink in for the people out there that want to say that this is a good government and this is a caring government. Their actions speak for themselves. 100%. All right? Fully. Actions speak louder than... Don't tell me that you care about me while stabbing me in the neck with a sharp knife. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that you care and I need water to drink, but you refuse to give me a bottle when you have 100 cases in front of you. Don't tell me that you care about me and I'm dying for hunger and you have apples and oranges and all types of organic things in your disposal to give me for me to get sustenance, but you refuse to give it to me. Don't tell me you care about me. Their actions speak volumes, and I want you, the Jamaican people, to remember this moment in time, you know. Don't forget it, you know. Don't let this be a 9-day one, you know. These are the types of things you hold a government to an organization for life. Because PMP and JLP and no P at all is in those 70,000 people. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue.
People's National Party Media Unit.
I'm calling on the Minister of Finance to explain why the government withdrew $500 million from the Financial Services Commission, which has caused a significant deterioration in its financial position, while the FSC is increasing the fees it charges to insurance companies. These increased fees will simply be passed on by the insurance companies to the end consumer, who will be burdened with higher premiums to insure their homes and their cars. These increased costs come at a time when consumers are burdened with weekly gas price increases and have seen the cost of food increase due to the government's own tax package. The minister must explain this decision, which has resulted in a deterioration in the FSC's financial position while imposing more costs on the Jamaican consumer.
Visit our web.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank God for the People's National Party, right? Or I would not know this unless I read it in the newspaper. So these people draw down 500 million from FSC, as regulator seeks, and the FSC in turn is seeking to charge the insurance companies more. Obviously, the insurance companies are going to charge their customers more. So you, the regular citizen, you remember when they said no new taxes? Oh, they are finding ways to bleed you guys of money. The government is finding ways of bleeding you, the regular citizens' money. Meanwhile, their family members that own and very wealthy is going to benefit from NARA significantly. Oh, we're going to get involved. We're going to get into that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. That's the next topic. We're going to get into that. That's what we're going to get into. Mighty God. You know, like I share this video, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's get to this. So, ladies and gentlemen, our leader, Mark Golding, the integrity boss, put out a video in regards to NARA. Let's listen to what he has to say. And then I'm going to dive into more where NARA is concerned, all right? Let's listen to this.
Greetings. Today I want to say...
I asked what is Mark Golding talking about. Florence, it is really real, Florence. It's really real. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. It's really real. The Jamaica Labour Party organization is an absolute disgrace. I'm not talking about partially a disgrace. I'm talking about an absolute 100% back of the class, nepotism, cronyism, political, not political, economical vultures. I mean, every single negative, everything to do with holding down poor people. That is the Jamaica Labour Party. And I have no apology to give. I am speaking 100% facts based off their own actions, ladies and gentlemen. So you heard Mark Golding talk about NARA. There are some interesting things about NARA, ladies and gentlemen. Some very interesting things I have to tell you. It's the connections. I read an article the other day on this platform. It has to do with the CEO. It is alleged, ladies and gentlemen, that the CEO is Andrew Wallace's cousin. Now, it is not alleged that the CEO is married to the Hensel daughter. What's your name? Justin Hensel. I have Jason Hensel that is connected to Treasure Beach, that is connected to the tourism minister, that is connected to Floyd Green, that is a part of the Treasure Beach. Then there's another brother there that is a part of the same Treasure Beach body in terms of the football team. And it's alleged that he is being molded to go up against Zulika Jess. All of the comrades then in St. Elizabeth. Understand that you are in a battle for your sovereignty, for your freedom, for your land. and for your growth in any capacity where wealth is concerned. You are in a fight for your life. And Zulika Jess, God did not make any mistake that Zulika Jess was put. I mean, a big, massive shout out to Mark Golding. A huge, massive shout out to God for giving Mark Golding the wisdom to put Zulika Jess in position. God is just orchestrating, ladies and gentlemen. And we're praying for the protection of Zulika Jess because her as a lawyer and also as an MP, aka Fire Muma, is going to be a stalwart in standing up for the people of St. Elizabeth, giving her expertise in as a lawyer. Because I'm telling you, a lot of court cases is going to drop in up. You understand? A lot of court cases is going to drop. When you look at the connection between the Henzels and then the CEO is married to the daughter, then hold on. He's the CEO of NARA, and NARA is putting out all of these contracts. You ever hear something called pillow talk? What would stop him outside of Andrew Honest from directing contracts towards his wife's family? And we're going to ask the question because it needs to be asked. What would stop him, ladies and gentlemen, from directing funds to his wife's family? They have clearly showed their intention of expansion, right? I want to say this to the people of Jamaica. Why are you guys so comfortable? Why are you guys so comfortable? I don't understand how you guys just sit down. You're in the belly of the beast in terms of in St. Elizabeth. When Andrew Honest went on the helicopter, Andrew Honest didn't stop in Westmoreland and he made some cacamone excuse about him couldn't find nowhere to land. But he declared St. Elizabeth ground zero. Very interesting. Very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. You understand? And this is not an argument that I formulated. I want to shout out my colleagues that are out there, the Dre Bryans, the Andre Stevens, you understand? The Wayne Lonesomes, the Anissa Bell Roses, right? And one of our newly independent ones, Ishmael, a brother of Partnership TV, you understand? For his deep diver analysis, right? And also Alvaro. Big up Alvaro on TikTok. Alvaro has been on it. Alvaro has been on it, ladies and gentlemen. So I am asking the question, what in God's green earth would stop them? And as a matter of fact, they have shown intent, ladies and gentlemen. I want to play something for you. They have shown us clear intent that they indeed plan to do big things in St. Elizabeth and Treasure Beach. Recently, the Prime Minister was talking about moving the people from Parity because they won't be able to live there. I want to ask the question, ladies and gentlemen. If the people are not able to live at Parity, how comes they can be able to invest in that area? Yes? What is happening here? How comes they are able to invest in the area to the point where they have these big grand plans? So, you guys don't have enough money where NARA is concerned to make sure that the people stay in the positions that they are. It's not prudent for you to spend our money on us. But it's prudent for you to spend our money on some private investor for them to further their wealth. But not to protect the people of Jamaica in terms of this is where they live. Right? But you see, I am upset, but at the same time I'm contented, ladies and gentlemen. Because the declaration from the man of God, thus saith the Lord, is that anything they build, God is going to mash it down. He's going to mash it up. Anything they build, God is gonna mash it up because they are being strategic in displacing the poorer class of Jamaica so their wealthy friends and families can get rich. Thus saith the Lord. They're being strategic. Let's listen to this.
Shouldn't leave aviation before I talk about Lionel Densham, because I know that it is a matter of local interest. And whilst I cannot give you all the details on that today,
we are sure you can't give us all the details today, but you have it. Let's continue.
I certainly have been inspired by my conversation with Jason this morning.
I mean, Jason Hensel, you are inspired by his conversations. I wish I was a fly on the wall when they had that conversation. What did Jason do? Did Jason tell you that, hey, listen, we're all going to make some good money? Is that what Jason told you? The small group of you, listen, we're all going to make some good money. This is going to be amazing. Rubbing your fingers. I'm just asking. I wish I was a fly on the wall when they had that conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Celine, how you doing? Yes, sir. Rain is falling, cats and dogs in East Portland.
And the potential for it, and is to give me some data, which he has. And I'll definitely move that forward. And Minister Green and myself will help to channel that, because aviation is at the heart of tourism, as you know. They don't swim to Jamaica, right? And 97% of the transport of the world is by air. So aviation is critical to us. So back to the point now of how NARA is going to insert itself into the new tourism that we're talking about.
So Jason Hensel, his family owned church at Beach, St. Elizabeth. How NARA is going to insert itself. And then the husband of his sister is the CEO of NARA. What a family business. Some unknown Libra. What a family business we have uncovered, ladies and gentlemen. What a bangarang. This is a field. This is a manure. This is a area of filth that is ripe for corruption. If you should plant the seed of corruption in this field, it shall grow like a tall tree. What a bangarang. Just look at the dots. His sister married to Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson is allegedly Andrew Warner's cousin. The tourism minister of Clyde Green, active in a St. Elizabeth. The people in a party being displaced and removed. And then some type of tourism development is happening. Mighty God. Ladies and gentlemen, if you realize under this government, everywhere where there's the coastline and there's beaches, they are locking it off. Locking it off. All over the island. And that's not hearsay. All over the island. The amount of court cases in East Portland. See? Where Daryl Vaz and his family them have property rights. Like I'm going there one time and I see him, way back in idea, pan him porch him and his wife and them. Them time them never listen to politics. Right? I went there once and I saw them. And I went to the Goat Island and everything. We see him. That was the closest I ever got to Daryl Vaz. You understand? That same area there with Blue Lagoon there? Yes. The people them now can't access it. A big problem. That's why them didn't want him wife win again, because it's vast land. Jamaica, are you seeing the connections? All these friends of the government and family members, and where our money is going that we have to go pay back. But they voted in Parliament to not make the NHT money where we contribute mandatorily to help the people who are homeless. What a wicked, evil, bastard government. Huh? Talking about their caring government. And people come on in that, so I have no tolerance for no labor right in the comment section. It is too blatant and too clear. Them don't even care about Uno. Uno is nobody. If you not get one, well, I don't know how much them are paying if you come online, if you come chat foolishness. If you not get 100 US a week, Uno still not getting no money. These people are controlling billions and trillions of dollars towards their friends for them to stay wealthy while you get crumbs to sell out your own people and misguide them. Right? Direct them into hell for them to not own anything, only a few owning it. That's what capitalism is, you know. A few being wealthy and standing on the backs of the poor. Someone who like a worse than the JLP MP them. You know? Someone who worse than the JLP MP them. Worse. Who don't have no soul. Who is total sellouts. Who led by money. Nobody now pay me to do this. Nobody now say, Bolo, go ahead, put this narrative out there. I look at the information and I think for myself. And I am grieving, ladies and gentlemen, to see that these people are clearly showing you their intent. And there's no outrage. Where's the independent journalists? We're on the next one too. We stay quiet. You guys don't see any problem with Henzels. I'm married to Mr. Anderson being a close friend or a cousin of Andrew Owens. And then Andrew create Nara that give him all of these sweeping powers to challenge all and overturn all of the regulated authorities that is in Jamaica. And oh, by the way, they will not go to prison because they are indemnified. Mighty God. When is the Jamaican people going to wake up and rise up? But, yo, man, I tell you, man.
Because it is creating the infrastructure that is required.
I was extremely pleased.
Because insert itself into the new. So aviation is critical to us. So back to the point now of how NARA is going to insert itself into the new tourism that we're talking about. Because it is creating the infrastructure that is required.
I was extremely pleased that Minister Bartlett mentioned.
That is Jason Hensel, the brother of Justin Hensel, the wife of Anthony Anderson, CEO of NARA. And he's very pleased, ladies and gentlemen, about Minister Bartlett's support for upgrading Lionel Denton aerodrome. And where's the money coming from? NARA. NARA is supposed to be a response to give the Jamaican people resilience. Where the hell them I use our money for to go upgrade aerodrome. And then now upgrade the people in house and give the people in my house that don't have any. My Jamaican people, make it make sense. We need justice. This is what Zulika just was talking about. We need justice. Hear them something here.
The importance of upgrading Lionel Denton.
Because it itself into the new tourism that we're talking about. Because it is creating the infrastructure that is required.
I was extremely pleased that Minister Bartlett mentioned the importance of upgrading Lionel Denton Aerodrome. We've been operating Lionel Denton since 2010 as a private airstrip, and we are looking forward to this public-private partnership, which will see a $2.9 million investment to widen it, lengthen it, put up a new fence and a terminal building. We know that it will make a tremendous
$2.9 million investment. Meanwhile, people live on the tapali. You see, all I want to we are suffer right now, especially labor them, because I want to do the wrong thing what they have vote for them. You see, all I want to we are suffer right now. Me not try putting you down and rubbing salt in a wound. But me ask you, don't make a mistake again. Don't ever vote for them. You must remember these moments. Do not ever vote for the Labour at them again. Don't accept nothing from them, no water. In the greatest time I need, the drunkard them on the vote for has been absent. And what have they done? They are serving up the money that they benefit from because the Hurricane Minister, through your suffering, through your loss, they got that money. And what are they doing with it? Giving it to their families and their friends. You must remember this moment. You must never vote for the Jamaica Labour Party ever again. I say that without fear or favor. Uno suffer, uno know suffering. Uno don't want to come out and talk. Uno don't want to come on the media. Because one, some are afraid, and some are uno know say some of the PNP them are go bash you. And using as an example, me not bash you. I am giving you a warning. Learn from this. Learn from this.
You know, we've been operating Lionel Densham since 2010 as a private airstrip, and we are looking forward to this public-private partnership, which will see a $2.9 million investment to widen it, lengthen it, put up a new fence and a terminal.
It has to be 2.9 million US. 2.9 million Jamaican dollar can't do so much. So much stuff we matter about. Alvaro. Hold on there. Alvaro, come on. Hold on there. Alvaro, come talk to me. Let me play this first and then you talk to me. Let me play out to your side. But that $2.9 million we matter about, I can't Jamaican. I must be US. It has to be US.
Terminal building. We know that it will make an airstrip, and we are looking forward to this public-private partnership, which will see a $2.9 million investment to widen it, lengthen it, put up a new fence and a terminal building. We know that it will make a tremendous impact on the access to Treasure Beach. We have had consultants, aviation consultants, say that there is a tremendous return on investment for the government and for all concerned. So I really am encouraged by his support and the ministry's support.
A tremendous investment. We have Alvaro in the building. Alvaro, I know some live on YouTube too, you know, so I'm a record. Talk to me.
Love you understand. The money that Jamaican money.
A US.
A US money that
it have to be US. Because when I talk about widen strip and building and fencing and one bag of something, it have to be US. So that's our $2.9 million, that our 3 times 150, that's almost $460 million.
But you see, the thing is around with that. People are blindsided and not understand what this man said. In the following clip, there's another clip where Ed Bartlett say something said. The investment with them all make, the small players them start cry already because them don't see them more benefit. There's no benefit for them. Anybody know Treasure Beach here? A lot of Airbnb type of business there, but a small man them. I don't like them big boys there.
Oh,
so the small one them all cry because Ed Bartlett mentioned the 3.0 tourism plan, which you get rid of the Airbnb people.
But remember, so them tax them what they are in the budget. They put this new tax plan and put Airbnb them.
Exactly. Which is more tax than where rest of them money pay. That's one. But if you look at it, the man said, give thanks for the investment. Flight Green and Edmund Bartlett going to make. Business people not say investment unless you confirm or they know already. That's one. But maybe do a backtrack. What's the name of that man?
Who that? Jason?
Yeah, what's his name?
Jason Hensel, man. We don't establish him is the brother of Justin Hensel, and also she is the wife of Anthony Anderson, and he is the CEO of NARA. So it's a direct connection there. You understand?
Ask yourself now. The Flight Green and the Jamaican government plan to invest 50 million US in the Treasure Beach area, starting September, and the agreement signed already for developing Calabash and other things. Who's the president of Calabash Festival? Is Mr. Enzel?
Flight Green?
No man, you see him commissioner.
Oh, president of Calabash Festival. Me don't know.
Yeah man, the commissioner wife.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Poor people them not have their friends and their family.
Yes.
Oh, it's got big people them.
Wow.
How is it that they strike an arrangement or agreement, develop a place? If you look at TVJ News, when they show that piece of place, the place was empty.
Yes.
Or the employee don't lie down. The whole place fixed up back and people in a pool already. But now people still want to do it.
That is a good question. That is
how it's important now, run Treasure Beach. You fix up in hotel, but then you leave the people want to do it sleep.
Yes, that me not understand. The people have to wake up. The people have to wake up.
What area is close to Treasure Beach? Can you link it in them for you know?
Yes.
Which area of province has people have to live in a St. Elizabeth?
No, same place down Parati, man. Parati, man. And then they say go. This is what they call indirect gentrification style thing.
You can't determine the deal and if you don't want the government still don't take it.
Exactly, because they can do what they want to do, especially with NARA.
So you see, people have to just be informed and everything. But me not tell people, me make connection with people. Man, that's not Douglas. But now they start seeing them as something different. There's more to it than that. We have more to it than that.
Yes. But more is going to be revealed, and I am certain this is going to go to the courts. Me not ask Christ. Hell and high water go run right now, man. I tell you.
Jamaican people, maybe some of them are sick now, but they're not open their eye.
Yes.
So let's see how it does go there. But let's say, Andrew, let's say, Bernardville,
hey y'all, please remember to hit the like button. I know y'all coming sometimes.
Yes,
and y'all forget, but the main thing, man, y'all gotta hit the like button, man, and share the live stream. Come on now.
Okay.
Stop playing. Support. The like button is free,
One that is our own army base. No owned by Jamaica. Alright, no problem. Owned by Jamaica now. So you're developing an airport. Did the airport authority put out a bid for tender from 2021 and nobody accept the tender? Nobody take it up? We do a master plan a bit. So if we're at 2026 now, how head Bartlett now go tell we say you're gonna build an airport there? When you put out a tender 5 years ago and nobody accepted the tender?
Mighty God.
They can't tell me say that's so going on. Me have a tender document and look on myself.
Yes.
They can't. But have a date, you know. So for you can't tell we say you build an airport makes no sense. Because one, you have 2 airports. I call it 4 airports. I'm one first. It's a private one. Let's say if it was Kingston. Kingston, you have a money to manage the airport and you get receivable. So on a technical I know you own it right now. And it's going to be the same thing. So you creating the biggest airport Clarendon. How it will benefit the government? Want to get the tax money. I don't like the government already. But when they remember, today was the Jamaican people don't like read. We don't just go to and do this budget speech when he say about Vernon Field. He wanted to be a private operating airport. So Edmund Bartlett come and fool the people have no about it. What's a private airport in not to do with government? The private man paying tax and then do what they do. You know, not to do with government.
Right.
So now they just read them in the people now before the airport authority. You know, see airport authority announce a bid. They secure money, yes. They secure budget for doing tender for 2021 December. Nobody no accept a bid, so you want to tell people say you're going to build the airport. When you can't build two clinic. You can't build two clinic. And clinic is a build an airport.
That is true. That is true.
You have a people security plan, infrastructure, road network, highway, water, because near sea you have a security, port and land, police force, infrastructure, cyber attack. One of them is something they have got to think about their airport.
Yes.
Because airport that people can, one you have a relocation of people, because people can live near airport.
No.
Live all different type of things.
Yes.
So there's just one bag of thing they don't tell the people them because they know that.
But to your point, Alvaro, in the same clip where you talk about, because you're trying to see it on YouTube, you know, on TikTok, you know. You know, say people them like crowd, like they say, what? Like, brother, we are talking about. You know, say foolish is matter. People them laugh off fine. In the same thing. You feel me?
The 28th of November 2018. My children tell them, say, no, there can be no airport without a master plan. You know?
Yes.
That is 2018. The master plan never did until 2021, you know.
Yes.
In the master plan, page 25, you know. It take up to 2 years, see master plan complete the stages, them, you know.
Oh, so there's a process. So them have 2 years. So then that our 2024, you say. So then start to do any of them the process there.
Nobody don't accept no tender. So when you want to tell the people, we can say that with everything like that.
Yo, I throw this.
I waste of time, so I'll be able to waste of time. I don't look at them, waste of time.
Wow.
It's over airport authority website, you know. And some people can download and read, you know. Themselves, you know.
Yeah.
But they know some people don't like read, they don't tell them anything and they just come like sponge, you know.
Hold on the Alvaro. For the people on Bolo TV, that is the video of Edmund Bartlett. It's on mute, you know, but if you want to go and listen to all of the full context of what I'm talking about, them plans to Treasure Beach and all of these things on the South Coast, go and listen to it for yourself. Here, it's on BOJ TV Live. Yeah, man.
I'm telling you, check this. Check the South Coast Highway plan.
Them are here, you know. The microphone, the right iPhone, so them are here on YouTube. You know.
Tell them to go check it on if there's no airport tonight. When I'm Jonas, they will leave the plan. The South Coast Highway. No airport in that plan. So if no airport was in the plan, that means you have to come with a new plan.
Yeah.
Incorporate an airport.
Yeah.
An airport, that's not something you can just control like one shop or one.
No, man. Serious planning have to go on.
It have to be strategically aligned, you know.
Yeah.
Here's different things in plain land, if this, that, there's all necessary components to go to the airport.
Right.
If that never happened already, how you come now and tell the people? That is just election plight, future election plight. Yeah.
Continue to promise the people them when the real substance that they behind them attack.
Now if you understand too, say that. So the budget approved and the budget is 1.4 trillion. The government only have 1.3 trillion in revenue, expected revenue. The budget shot $103 billion. You hear government on TV tell how they going to raise the money?
No, they not tell you that. And that's a fact because when I listen to Rasta and I talk about that same something there. That's a fact. That's a fact.
They go by BOJ information by Ministry of Finance, but they give people them little ticking things and little sweetie. The sweet name and the industrial partner and chat about the substance of the argument. Just like how people come and tell us that. Them have enough money to sustain anything we are going to Middle East.
Madness.
But no direct bars that tell me conserve. That makes sense to you.
Madness. Absolute madness, my general.
Or if you conserve something you can't control.
But me don't want the reaction to get too long, so I'm going to move on from this. I think we have said enough. Ladies and gentlemen, you can go to Alvaro page on TikTok. That's ALVARO with a fire. Alvaro, you can't miss him. Him show the thing them. You're not on the YouTube page, brother?
You know, it's smart thing to make, man.
Brother, you do the thing them. You need to do it, have a YouTube page so they can see it on the screen, good brother. Because you drop information, you need to have a YouTube page. You need to pull it in that. Yeah, man.
Him knows not go say no. But he just tell him that I know the Jamaican people are sweet.
Yes.
You couldn't tell me that.
Yeah, man. So, I'm going to check out the brother Alvaro, ladies and gentlemen, and like and share the video, please. If you haven't done so already. Alright, now I'm going to move on. Respect, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Let's move. Alright, we're going to go to something different now, ladies and gentlemen. That I'm going to take up my time, so I'm going to get into it. Alright, now see there. Time I run. I wasn't going to do this, but I'm forced to do it. I am forced to do it, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to show me some love by liking the video and sharing the video. I'm not telling myself to go now in the pocket. It's free. It is free to like the video, guys. Alright? It is free. Absolutely free. It doesn't cost you anything. If you cannot locate the like button, please say that to me so I can help you. If you're on Bolo TBV, it is easy for you guys to see where the like button is because I'm using OBS. For those on here, you guys over here, in the middle of your phone screen, all you have to do is double tap the screen like this on YouTube and TikTok over there already. I see thing. You double tap the middle of the screen, guys. Just double tap it twice, and that is it. You have hit the like button. Alright? Yes. So please do that for me. All of you over Bolo VNR 2.0, Bolo VNR, and Bolo VNR clips. Some unknown liver, big up yourself. Big up yourself. Them not even get crumbs. The labor right vlog of them. Only stay so. No man. Only not have no ambition. Them come them big old family away and get how much money. Trillions and millions and billions of dollars of profit coming to them through public-private partnership. Right? It's one thing for you to have a public-private partnership. We understand. We no bad mind. You understand what I tell? But how comes it reach down to this person, this entity, being the one to get that contract and the CEO of NARA married to the daughter? Come on, man. Come on, man. If you only know see something wrong with that, something wrong with Uno. If Uno know see something wrong with that, something wrong with Uno. Tell me, I tell you that. Yeah, man, that is crazy. And you see, when you look at Andrew Wallace, you know, and you look at the fact that his wife is the speaker of the house, you know. Hey, me telling you, know, if you don't left it up to Andrew, you know, in 2 sons, them will come out of woodwork, you know. If God not intervene, you know, and have some type of position, you know, in a government if they have no interest in it, you know. Don't ask Christ about that, you know. Oh, you can't stay there. Let me find that video real quick, yeah. JIS. Find that video real quick. I'm gonna watch it earlier. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me on the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. 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 You understand? Why I don't know, remember all of them already, but I tell you, people, these are some serious times. The parents sin follow the children, and that's a fact. Last time you never tell a lie. Say it again. The parents sin follow the children. My mother tell me that from very, very young. My mother say, listen, when I have one, me start walk power, chalk line. Because my mother read the word and my mother knows say, any sin where you commit as a parent, we fall on for your pitney. And my mother love we so much and she love God more that she don't want to fall on for we. Okay, you remember good? That may I tell you, and that's a fact. My mother teach me that from very, very young. My mother teach me that. So we have to know what I do. If you even when I live one life of sin in the early part of your days, when you start have pitney, you better start tread very, very softly. Yes, man. If you love your pitney, start tread very, very softly. Colleen, what's up? Yeah, may I tell you on a joke? I see you're sitting. Alright, so let me see. Me find it. Oh yeah, see it there. May I speed it up fully now because you know. Yes. Huh? Where you find money? Oh no, man. Remember say, you know, when you live near roadside, you know, and the man them drive past and rake up everything, you know a problem. So you can't do nothing about that. The dust, me tell people all the while, dirt is in the air.
Well, that was good, wasn't it? I heard over this side, well, big up my niece.
There's a whole nother world, you know.
On this side, there's a very proud aunt on this side. Big up my niece. She did well, didn't she? That was beautiful. Some good range and runs there. Yeah, man, she has a bright future ahead. So, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure.
Fungi and
immense
all type of thing.
To welcome at this time to the lectern, your Prime Minister, our Prime Minister,
ladies and gentlemen,
of Economic Growth and Infrastructure Development, Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness.
I'm going to have the video already. Jamaica, put on your thinking caps. I want to listen to the Prime Minister of Jamaica. The uncertified preacher. This is the opening of the Tri-Bridge. I did a video about the people in the area and their response to this grand ceremony. You guys can go watch that. I'm not going to go over my level of disgust that I had in seeing how the people were responding. I'm not going to go over that. But let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You will forgive me if I do not regurgitate the very prominent list of persons who are here gathered to celebrate the opening of this bridge. And I'm sure you will all feel dignified and acknowledged when I say it's good to see you all nice and decent people. Today, we gather to celebrate the opening of a bridge. But in truth, we are celebrating something much greater than a bridge. We are celebrating reconnection. We are celebrating resilience. We are celebrating the triumph of persistence over delay. For the people of this area, the Troy Bridge is not simply a physical structure. It is part of the history of this community and part of the story of Jamaica itself.
All right, so I am an hour and 25 minutes in my live stream. I have a lot of people watching me over here, and a lot of likes is not there. All right, so I'm going to help you now. You see at the top of the screen here, guys, Bolo VNR clips. See right here, so there is a thumbs up symbol. All you have to do is press the thumbs up symbol to hit the like button. So if you are a supporter of the platform, please hit the like button here, so. Thanks. Please, right now. We need to get the likes up. This is ridiculous at this point. Too much people watching and not liking the video. You can't be here just watching. You're not donating. You're not typing. You're just a monitoring spirit. And you're not hitting the like button. Come on, man. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. I feel very uncomfortable with people watching me and not participating in any capacity. Yeah, I feel very uncomfortable. On YouTube is only one time I need to hit the like button. One time. Simple. One time I hit the like button. See that? Right here so as well, guys, on Bolo VNR 2.0. All you need to do is hit the like button one time. What is so hard about that? Let me see on Bolo VNR, Bolo TBV. Unique, what's up? Unique feels dignified when these wicked criminals suffer them for years celebrating corruption. Mighty God. I'm telling you, my brother. For the people on Bolo TBV, I don't know. Let me see how much lights is over there. Let me see how much lights is over here, sir. We have little over 100 people watching. 58 likes. We need to get to 100 likes over here, sir, guys. We need to get to 100 likes over here, sir. No, man, this is bad, man. We can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Look at that. Look how much likes compared to people I'm watching on TikTok. Can I get 50k likes? No. I feel like any life. I'm not telling no lie. I don't feel like go through this, you know. We need the likes them up, ladies and gentlemen, before I continue. Real talk. I'm not telling no lie. I need the likes them up. This is not right. This is not right. I put a unique. I'm gonna make a yeah, me know say the real ones them hit the like button as them log in. I'm gonna make you a moderator, bro. This is crazy. No man, this is bad for you, man. I so much monitor, I so much labor right to watch me. More labor right to watch me than comrade. More labor rights watching me. And if you don't subscribe, you can't type in my chat, you know, on YouTube, you know. If you're not a subscriber, you cannot type in my chat. Mooney B, what's up? Mooney Ben, what's up? Yes, you know, so I'm most happy about the bridge. But there's some interesting things that was said and admitted by the Prime Minister in this particular speech, which I didn't listen to, and I was made aware of by Portland Spice TV, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna come today and I'm going to listen to this speech for myself. The people, I be a monitoring spirit. The people are not even eating like, but you know, mighty God, I can't believe this. All me I talk to them, the man they don't watch it. No, nobody no hit the like button from me talk right there, so. 1 and 2 person hit the like button right here, so. Andrea Burke, what's up? Big up yourself. Yes, so that might be a monitoring spirit to watch me. Look at devil them. Look at demon them from the Jamaica Labour Party. The witchcraft worker them. Come on and hold on my life. You see now, I like up your life on the left, you know. Me nah say nothing more till you like up your life. Me serious. Me nah go no further till you like up the life. So you can stay there, go and watch and like up the life. Me need to see the likes them up. Me can't do this all day. Me nah have to say nothing more, no. You remember good.
Corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
Something not right, my wisdom warriors. Something is not right. Tell you about them.
Don't ever believe that a politician is a leader. Don't ever believe that. Because the system that we have produces politicians. It doesn't produce leaders. And so you can have a politician who knows nothing about leadership, and he's leading you. Politicians are concerned about the next election. That's all they're interested in. That's why they cannot be leaders. But leaders are different. Leaders are concerned about the next generation. I want you to compare those two thoughts the next time you have a politician come to your house wanting to vie for your vote. Just ask him, what is your vision for my children? I will sit and listen for 20 minutes for you to tell me what it is. He will leave your house. Because he has no interest in your children's children. His concern is to stay in power, to keep the position, to win the next election. This is why they cannot lead. When you are going to have a conversation with a politician, you should actually try this as a test. You, by the way, as a citizen of a community, you have a right to be seen by the mayor. Hope you know that. If you voted for a mayor, the mayor works for you. Therefore, you have a right to see him. You can make an appointment to see any public officer you voted for. Did you know that? That's your legal right. If he don't want to see you, you can take him to court. That's democracy. So I want you to make an appointment to go and see your mayor or go and see your governor and just sit and say, I want 30 minutes with you, sir. And ask him about that list right there. And sir, what is your purpose for being in leadership in this city? What is your purpose? The first question will make him very nervous. Second question, what is your passion for our community? He'll be wondering what you're talking about. What are you talking about? I just want to build roads and bridges and provide jobs. No. What is your passion? And this is why we need to question the leaders we have. And so I have a little thought here. I call it politics versus leadership. Let's talk about it for a second. Number one, politicians focus on programs, not vision. Number two, politicians' priority is securing the next election, not securing the next generation. Their focus is different. Number three, politicians are preoccupied with promises, not purpose. What we need is statesmen. Statesmen. We don't need more politicians. A statesman is an interesting human. A statesman think of the next generation.
Psalms 37. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass, and he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light and thy judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord. Wait patiently for him, for not yet. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to the evil. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. Jamaica, we are waiting upon the Lord to deal with this government so we can inherit prosperity in this land. Moving on, it says here that, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. Jamaica, we so have peace. We so have peace. The wicked them soon move. God soon move them. God soon move them, Jamaica. Clean sweep. The Lord shall laugh at him. Mighty God. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and slay such as to be of upright conversation. That is exactly what is happening in Jamaica right now. Their sword shall enter into their own hearts. They are going to analyze themselves, Jamaica. And their bow shall be broken. Them are going to be their own destruction. And a little that a righteous man had is better than the riches of many wicked. Jamaica not take no money from them. Don't take no money from the wicked people, them. Don't envy them for them things. You understand? For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time. In the days of famine they shall be satisfied. Judgment upon the land, but God will take you and own Jamaica. Psalms 37. You remember good. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke. They shall consume away. The wicked borrow it and pay not again. You know some wicked people borrow money from people and don't pay them back. Them people there. But the righteous show it mercy and give it. You hear what I said? The wicked borrow it and not pay it again. But the righteous show it mercy and give it. For such as be blessed of him shall inherit the earth, and they that be cursed of him shall be cut off. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighted in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with his hand. So if you fall down, Jamaica, God will hold you up. Nobody worry. Sometimes you have to fall for you say you can't get back up. Sometimes you have to fall for you say God have your back. If you don't have those testimonies, you can't. If you don't have the experience, you can't have the testimony them. He is ever merciful and lendeth his seed. Lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Departed from evil, Jamaica not go near them, not go around them. Departed from evil and do good and dwell forevermore. For the Lord loveth judgment and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. The righteous shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever. The mouth of the righteous speak wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. The mouth of the righteous speak wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. Why is it that people always say, all they talk is this? According to the Bible, the mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh judgment. So when you hear the apostle them come out, and you hear the man of God them come out, and the woman of God them come out, and they're talking judgment, it's because that's what righteous people do. According to the Bible. So all of you that hear God's word coming out of the men and women of God and no vex. Una entertain evil and the devil. And that's why no vex. That's why no vex. The law of his God is in his heart. None of his steps shall slide. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. The Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait on the Lord, Jamaica, and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see. We're not going to witness it, Jamaica. We're not going to witness the fall of this wicked government. Remember me tell you that. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like green bait. Hey, mighty God. What? Green bait tree? Labor right, you know. Green bait. This can't be a coincidence. I have seen the wicked in great power and spread himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright. For the end of that man is peace, but the transgressor shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous in the Lord, he in their strength in the time of trouble. You understand? God will be our strength in the time of trouble, ladies and gentlemen. And the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust in Jamaica and trust God. Be patient, wait, and trust God. Do not question anything that you see happening. God is in control. Me tell you from September 3rd, God is up to something. God is, when it's time to move, God is going to let us know when it's time to move. I'm telling you. No little joke. That is Psalms 37. I'm going to read this every day. Mighty God, I have to read this every day, man. That is powerful. Calligrapher Wagwan. Big up yourself, my brother. Zine, big up yourself. It look like we weed out humanitarian spirit, them, man. See what going over here, so. Why they strong over here, so. But over here, so good still. Bolo VNR 2.0 good. I'm soon I go on good on TikTok. Let me see what going over here, so. We have to weed out humanitarian spirit, them, man. When you take them money, it's a form of contract. Not take them money. Calligrapher, you never tell a lie. Me no want none of them money, Calligrapher. I don't want no direct money from none of them. What me say? What me say? None of them. Me no want none of them money. Me no want a favor from the wicked. Them blood money, I don't want it. Don't want it, Jamaica. Let me see how the likes them look over Bolo TBV. Alright. We weed out humanitarian spirit. Them about 10 of them left over there. A 75 likes the planet and 85 people watching. I don't have a problem. God bless your loyalty, Mr. Straight. Big up yourself. Thank you for the gift, them. Thank you for the gift, them. You understand? Yes, the humanitarian spirit, them gone. Let's continue, ladies and gentlemen. Holy Ghost.
The original bridge was built in 1869. 1869. Pause for a moment and consider what that means. It could mean that your great grandparent would have walked across that bridge when it was just built, or maybe even helped to build it. This bridge stood before the arrival of motor vehicles in Jamaica, so this bridge was built to carry donkey cart. But for 152 years, and in the last 60 of those 152 years, it would have carried some heavy-duty trucks. It stood before electricity reached here. It stood through generations of change, connecting families, farmers, merchants, churches, schools, communities, right across the parishes of Manchester and Trelawney. But I want you to consider that this bridge was constructed after a pivotal point in Jamaica's history, a point which some of you may know about by virtue of the limited exposure you would have to this event in your school curriculum. I'm expecting that the children who are gathered here from Troy Primary and Troy High, and forgive me if I don't remember all the other schools that are here, the Morant Bay Rebellion. How many people know of the Morant Bay Rebellion? It is why we celebrate the national heroes, Paul Bogle and George William Gordon. We don't know, many of us, what really happened there. We know there was a rebellion. Over 300 Jamaicans were killed. Estates were burnt. It was a massive rebellion. But what it did was to spark a renewed interest on how Jamaica was governed by the British colonial power. After the rebellion, the then Governor Eyre, was recalled, and indeed he was tried in the United Kingdom. A new governor was sent to Jamaica. In fact, there was a royal commission to study why there was the rebellion. And the commission found many things. It's not my time today to present on what the commission found. But what it did find was that Jamaica was not being properly administered. Governance, infrastructure development. And they decided that the parliament at the time would be dissolved because there was a local parliament of local planters and wealthy people. And Jamaica became, after that parliament was dissolved, it became a crown colony, meaning that it was administered directly from the United Kingdom. It didn't have its local parliament to administer its affairs anymore because it was clear that there was a failure in the local governance of affairs in Jamaica. And out of that came
doing well, sweetheart. Hope you're doing well. Me see you.
A massive thrust to reorganize and redevelop Jamaica. So somewhere around 1867, thereabouts, they started to restructure Jamaica. Jamaica at that time had 22 parishes. They whittled down the parishes to 14 so that it could be properly administered. I know it in the minds of Jamaicans, it is inconceivable for some that we could have other parishes. But during that period of time, for the better service of the people, the administrative and geographic arrangements were important. So the new administration of Jamaica, which was coming centrally from the colonial powers in the UK, decided that they would cut from 22 to 14. But they also implemented a massive program of public works. So out of that commission, that royal commission, and the new governor, which was sparked as a result of the Morant Bay Rebellion, we had the formation of the JCF, the Jamaica Constabulary Force. We had a new judicial system put in place. And we had the Public Works Department formed. And out of that came massive public works, including the Rio Cobre Canal, which irrigated some 25,000 acres of land. The building of many of the roads that still exist today. And bridges, including the Troy Bridge, which was started in somewhere about 1868 and completed in 1869. I want you to settle on that point. Because fast forward to today, it took us almost 5 years to build a replacement bridge.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
It took us almost 5 years to build a replacement bridge. The bridge that was first built wasn't built to carry lorries and heavy-duty trucks and the high volume of traffic, but it lasted for 152 years. It would have seen Hurricane Charlie, Hurricane Ivan, all the hurricanes. It was built by virtue of a national thrust directed by the colonial government. And we, independent people, struggle internally to deliver infrastructure quickly. This speech is not just for you. It is for all Jamaica listening. This bridge, it is not only for the benefit of Troy, the area around, the communities around. This bridge is a lesson to Jamaica. Like much of our infrastructure, people scarcely noticed it when it was working. But when Tropical Storm Grace destroyed the bridge in 2021, everyone suddenly understood its value. The closure of this crossing did not simply create great inconvenience, it disrupted lives. Students had to travel long distances to school. Farmers incurred higher transportation costs to move their produce to market. And by the way, the idea behind this bridge was to open up what was called the Yam Belt in Trelawney, to move the yams through this bridge, through Manchester, to carry you into Kingston to get connected to the ports. So the infrastructure supported an economic plan. It is quite unfortunate that somehow our governments, successive governments, have not seemed to have the ability to effect infrastructure plans that support economic plans and social development.
What can go so?
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no 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 fucking way, boy.
Hey, who mans is this? Oh, mans is this?
So, Andrew, you just admit say your government is a failure. So, when you campaign in 2016 and said to the people that if you want change, we have to vote for. You just admitted that you have successfully added to the failure. Because Tribridge was a problem 10 years ago, you know, and you was the government, you know. And you just admitted that it took you 5 years to build Tribridge, you know. So, I don't understand why you would even mention that. It doesn't bode well. You are the one who got the power, you have everything, you have the money. Why you never fix the bridge? And you think so we don't remember Everald Warmington and his statements that he made? It is quite clear that you guys did this to Tribridge, in my opinion, because it's a MP that is in the area. You just outlined how important the bridge is. The first intention of the bridge. The fact that the bridge was not built for big vehicles, but it still lasted 100+ years. So, if this bridge were only built in the last 100 and odd years, you know, my word, you know, on waste of money, you know. But then there's another thing about wasting our money. You understand? When you say Bolo and a inbuilt Tribridge, they only uplifted. No man, this new bridge, this government built it. May I give them credit. The one before another them built it, another thing I claim. He's claiming that, you know, he's claiming that successful governments has failed where infrastructure is concerned. Listen to what I say. Listen to this.
Was to open up what was called the Yam Belt in Trelawney to carry into Kingston supported an economic plan. Our governments, successive governments, have not seemed to have the ability to effect infrastructure plans that support economic plans and social development.
Hey, listen, I gotta clip this up. You can't make this up, bro. Listen to this. Listen to this.
So the infrastructure supported an economic plan. It is quite unfortunate that somehow our governments, successive governments, have not seemed to have the ability to effect infrastructure plans that support economic plans and social development.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Jamaica, he had to catch himself a while ago, you know. Andrew Holness is so used to being in opposition, the Jamaica Labour Party overall, that he almost criticized his government. He said, this government, and then he catch himself. Listen again. Listen again.
Have not seen our governments.
This, our governments. Let's play it again. Yo!
It is quite unfortunate that somehow our governments.
This, our governments. It's quite unfortunate that the JLP government. Let's continue, because I don't know how PNP getting at this now. The JLP government. That's supposed to bring change. Because you had all the answers. Listen to him.
Successive governments have not seemed to have the ability to effect infrastructure plans that support economic plans and social development.
The man said they have not been able to effect infrastructure plans that support economic development. Yeah.
Hey, who mans is this? Who mans is this?
What can go so?
You cannot make this up, bro. You can't. You cannot make this up. Listen to the man again.
Successive governments have not our governments. So it is quite unfortunate that somehow our governments, successive governments, that somehow our governments. It is quite unfortunate that somehow our governments, successive governments, have not seemed to have the ability to effect infrastructure plans that support economic plans and social development.
Take his microphone, just a minute.
Just a minute. Take his microphone. Usher him out. Usher him out. Usher him out.
Yo, this is... Yo, something wrong with Andrew, you know? I feel like say Andrew I go through one period. Like, me I wonder if him sick. Alright?
Think about it. This is an infrastructure, before it was destroyed and replaced, that we relied on for 152 years. The destruction of this bridge reminded us of a simple truth. Infrastructure is not merely concrete and steel. Infrastructure is opportunity made real. Opportunity materialized, opportunity accessible. Infrastructure is productivity made possible. Throughout history, the great civilizations of the world understood this principle. The Romans built roads and bridges not as monuments, but as instruments of commerce, administration, and national cohesion. Across every successful nation, transportation networks have reduced distance, expanded opportunity, and created prosperity. Jamaica's development must follow that same path. The roads, bridges, railways, ports that were built during the 19th and 20th century connected our people to markets, connected communities to each other, and connected the nation to economic opportunity. The Troy Bridge belongs to that proud tradition. But at this point, the nation should consider that much of our infrastructure that we have today was generated from that era of infrastructure rapid growth planning. That infrastructure is now aged. It has outlived its useful and engineered life. It is very difficult to communicate that thought to the average person coming on the road to get here, which is pothole-filled and bumpy, difficult to maneuver and in sections collapsing. All you want to hear is how we're going to replace that road and why is the road bad, without necessarily appreciating the context behind this. As a member of parliament, I not just sympathize, I empathize, I understand, because there are some times when I wish I could complain to somebody too. So it is a matter of
Jamaica. No man, Andrew is losing mind. No, hold on there. Wait. No, Andrew losing mind. Jamaica wanna listen to this.
difficult to communicate that thought to the average person. That infrastructure is now aged. It has outlived its useful and engineered life. It is very difficult to communicate that thought to the average person coming on the road to get here, which is pothole-filled and bumpy, difficult to maneuver and in sections collapsing. All you want to hear is how we're going to replace that road and why is the road bad, without necessarily appreciating the context behind this. As a member of parliament, I not just sympathize, I empathize, I understand, because there are some times when I wish I could complain to somebody too. I not just sympathize, I empathize, I understand, because there are some times when I wish I could complain to somebody too. I not just sympathize, I empathize, I understand, because there are some times when I wish I could complain to somebody too. I not just sympathize, I empathize, I understand, because there are some times when I wish I could complain to somebody too. I not just sympathize, I empathize, I understand, because there are some times when I wish I could complain to somebody too.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Hey, who mans is this? Who mans is this?
Jamaica, the Prime Minister of the country, the captain of the ship, is saying that he wish he had somebody to complain to. Mighty God! Mighty God!
Help, we key out the
We need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor rights. We're tired of the green people. We are so far. We can't take it no more. We need this. We need it. Help! Help! Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength. Is a liberator.
Jamaica, we could hear that one more time. It's not safe.
The context behind this. As a member of parliament, I not just sympathize, I empathize, I understand, because there are some times when I wish I could complain to somebody too. So
what can go so?
I want the Labour right then tell me how this go. You have a leader that is charged, elected to lead, and he is looking for somebody to complain to. Him wishing could have complained to somebody when him have all the resources to make change. It is quite clear to me that they are incompetent and they lack the political will to get things done. This is unbelievable. No, man. No, man.
Matter of passing it on to the Prime Minister when the pressure from the citizens reach you to say I've brought it to a higher authority to get these roads repaired. But I want you to bear in mind that we are not going to be able to repair overnight the 20,000 kilometers of roadways that we have, much of which was built over 100 years ago. So the road is not only bad because the contractor didn't fix it properly, which is oftentimes a reality that we face. And
Jamaica, let me tell you something. This brother here and the Jamaica Labour Party, they are very disingenuous. They are very disingenuous, sorry. And they lie by omission. Right? There's something called the Road Maintenance Act. You see these same roads he's talking about that was built long ago, some of them are 100 years ago. There's something called the Road Maintenance Act that the People's National Party put. And this government was the one that, what do you call it? What do you call it in a law? They removed the act. They made it null and void. I'm going to find the picture of the show now. Let's continue. Unbelievable.
Cannot be excused. The road isn't only bad because water intrusion or other weather events. The road is bad because it is old. And it was not properly maintained. But even roads that are properly maintained, there is just a time where no matter...
You notice how him run past that? You notice how him run past and it was not properly maintained, calligrapher? Because his government was the one that removed the Road Maintenance Act. This man is diabolical. Repeal, thank you very much. Repeal, that is the word I'm looking for. I have bright people in our class. They are the one that repealed the act. Me go and find it. I'm going to find it.
How much you maintain it, the road has to be totally redone. Which is why we have the Spark program. A lot of people said to us when we were doing the Spark program, why not just take the money and patch the road? That was said even by some of our own MPs. Because you see, they don't understand the problem. Every year, Minister Morgan will tell you, he comes to me pleading.
So Jamaica, Andrew Holness just threw him own MP them under the bus. No, that speech are dangerous. That speech are diabolical. Andrew, you get my name right today. But it's not health. Vibu is hello. H-E-L-O. We said the Road Act was one of the first them repeal. They go find it. But the man just throwing one MP them on their bus. I throw this. Hear them something here.
Why not just take the money and patch the road? That was said even by some of our own MPs. Because you see, they don't understand the problem. Every year, Minister Morgan will tell you, he comes to me pleading for more money to do patching. And every year we are patching. Sometimes we are patching the patch that we patched. And
so that means you're incompetent then. You don't have no real plan. Because if you're patching the patch that you patch, you're admitting perpetual failure. Wow! Yo, we are in trouble, Jamaica. We are in trouble. This is who you voted for? Miss Birdie, how you doing? This is the man that's going to take you into a new era. This man, his government, his team, because it's not just one man, you know. Judgment upon the land for true, man.
yes, we have to patch it because of the convenience that you need. But you also have to understand that we have to be thinking, how do we now start to replace these aged infrastructure, these old roads that we have, how do we rebuild them?
So, Andrew, you still think about how to rebuild them after 10 plus years? You then like third term, you still think? Who don't figure it out yet, you don't have a plan. This is an admittance of failure, you know? Yo, this is wild, bro. I ain't even gonna cap. Hey, I didn't even know that it was like this. This is the first time I'm listening to this speech. And that's why I'm stopping it so much. This is wild.
And that's what the Spark program is designed to do. We are literally not just patching and resurfacing, we are rehabilitating. So the course is there. Thank God we're not going to have to create new alignments. But we have to, yes, my dear, we're not changing that course. But we're going to have to take off the top surface. We're going to sometime have to go to subsurface. We're going to have to put in new drains. And as we take off the top surface and the subsurface, sometimes the pipes that are underneath there are old. We have to change them. That is all about rehabilitation. So the Spark program is designed to address this business of aged infrastructure, old infrastructure, to bring them to the modern standards that will give us several generations of roadways that will last. So today, we are happy for this bridge. And it's not just the restoration of connection. It's the restoration of dignity. When I saw the first news clips of the kids trying to cross it, some with rope, some wading in the water, I just felt very sad about the whole situation. And said, this is not what Jamaica is about. And today, we are restoring the dignity of the people around the area who rely on the bridge. It also restores the confidence of the people because, sometimes as I could have picked it up from the very rousing applause when, I don't remember who said it, you must not forget the rural communities. I think it's Mikhail who said it, and endorsed by Minister Morgan, claiming his rural heritage. Because there are oftentimes rural communities feel forgotten. It's a loss of dignity, a loss of respect, a loss of confidence. And let me assure you, your government does not forget the rural communities. What the government is trying hard to do is to rapidly integrate the rural communities into the nerve centers of economic activities. And that means ensuring that you have proper roads to be able to connect. So you can move from here to Kingston, here to Falmouth, here to Montego Bay very quickly. You can choose to live here and choose to work elsewhere. You can move your goods from here to the markets where they will be sold quickly. That's the idea. So we're not forgetting rural communities. And the $230 million spent here is a symbol that you are top of mind and not forgotten. But many Jamaicans have asked a legitimate question over the years. If everyone agreed that the bridge was needed, why did it take so long?
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the most epic moments in this speech. And I have to give credit where credit is due. Portland Spice TV is the one that put me on to this because I didn't listen to the speech at all. Check this out. This is some wild stuff, bro.
But many Jamaicans have asked a legitimate question over the years. If everyone agreed that the bridge was needed, why did it take so long? It puzzled me too as your Prime Minister.
What can go so?
Have asked a legitimate question over the years. But many Jamaicans have asked a legitimate question over the years. If everyone agreed that the bridge was needed, why did it take so long? It puzzled me too as your Prime Minister.
Hey, who mans is this? Who mans is this?
But many Jamaicans have asked a legitimate question over the years. If everyone agreed that the bridge was needed, why did it take so long? It puzzled me too as your Prime Minister.
Help, we tear the
We need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor right. We're tired of the green people. We are so far. We can't take it no more. We need this. We need this. We need it. Help. Help. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength. Is a liberator.
But many Jamaicans have asked a legitimate question over the years. If everyone agreed that the bridge was needed, why did it take so long? It puzzled me too as your Prime Minister.
Take his microphone. Just a minute. Just a minute. Take his microphone. Usher him out. Usher him out. Usher him out.
Jamaica, if I wasn't convinced that the prophecy of Pastor Peter Chambers is coming to pass, I truly believe that the Prime Minister is sick. I think he has a problem right here in the head. I'm not being funny. I am so serious. The man is the Prime Minister, is not the opposition. And he's asking that question.
Something not right, my wisdom warriors. Something is not right. Tell you about them.
Man, it was at this moment. Yo, look at the man's face, Bridget. Look at the man's face. Andrew Honest is living in la. Him under pressure, Jamaica. Something right. How is he asking that question when he is the Prime Minister? What is he telling us? That he's disconnected from all the facts? He's the leader of the country. No, we have to talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. We got to talk about this. I got to talk about this. Fun and joke aside. No.
But many Jamaicans have asked a legitimate question over the years. If everyone agreed that the bridge was needed, why did it take so long? It puzzled me too as your Prime Minister. Because the then Speaker of the House, who was the Member of Parliament for one side of the bridge, took an unusual privilege in Parliament as Speaker to raise the concern. And I was about to write her a note to say that this was not usual protocol for speakers to use their chair to raise their constituency matters. But before I could pen the note, the Member of Parliament for the other side, Michael Phillip, stood up and raised the issue as well. So there was a bipartisan agreement that the Troy Bridge must be fixed. But there is such a thing as procedure. I've been using the term bureaucracy. The answer lies, the question deserves an honest answer, right? And the answer lies in the systems governments use to ensure that public funds are spent responsibly. Over many decades, countries around the world...
Stop it. Get some help.
Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Honest tells us that he doesn't know. He too is wondering why and goes into a whole storyline. But once the issue is raised and there's awareness around the issue, which is what political representatives are supposed to do in Parliament, that's their job. So big up Michael Phillips for doing that. Why did it take you guys 5 years to fix the bridge, given the importance of the bridge and the urgency of it? And as the leader, you are clueless. You're telling us that you are disconnected from the facts. This is unbelievable levels of incompetence. This is the type of thing that people should come out and say, listen, man, you got to go, bro. Just off this statement alone, you got to go. You got to go. And then you go on to say you want to blame bureaucracy. Bureaucracy have nothing to do with it. Look what you did in procuring buses in 2 months before the election. Because the election was coming, you guys knew how to procure things quickly, innit? Look at the Starlinks. Look at the money you gave to JPS. Don't come to us with that, man. We're not stupid. We're not stupid, ladies and gentlemen. No, allow them to do it, you know.
Learned difficult lessons about poorly planned projects. Bridges were built without proper designs. Roads were approved without adequate engineering studies. Costs were underestimated. Budgets were exceeded. Projects were started sometimes even without financing. And taxpayers ultimately paid the price. To prevent those mistakes, government developed systems of public investment appraisal. These systems require detailed engineering assessments, environmental reviews, economic analyses, procurement plans, fiscal evaluations, and independent approvals. These are not meaningless exercises. They serve an important purpose. They help to ensure that taxpayers receive value for money. They reduce waste. They discourage corruption. They strengthen accountability. They support sound fiscal management. And so as Prime Minister, I would never advocate abandoning these principles. Indeed, Jamaica's hard-won fiscal stability has been built upon stronger discipline, better planning, and more responsible management of public resources. But there is another truth we must acknowledge. Every system can become excessively rigid. Every safeguard can become overly burdensome. Every procedure can eventually create its own cost. And those costs are often invisible. When a bridge remains closed for years, there is a cost. When a farmer must travel farther to market, there is a cost. When a student spends additional hours commuting, there is a cost. When a business incurs higher transportation expenses, it costs you. When an ambulance or emergency vehicle faces delay, there could be a cost. It could be your life. These costs do not always appear on the government's balance sheet. They are not always visible to the technocrat or bureaucrat who is implementing the procedure. Yet, these costs are borne by you every day. It is borne by the children trying to get to school, risking their lives, going down the slope, crossing the river. My challenge is that it is invisible to the people who are saying to the NWA, for example, go and do an environmental study. Go and do an economic assessment of the bridge. Everybody agrees the bridge is necessary. But the procedure requires an environmental assessment of the bridge that was here 152 years before anybody think of environmental assessment. The bridge was built to create the economy that is here. Built before, long before. Justified its existence. Don't need to say whether or not this bridge will create economic activity. But yet, this project had to go through all of the procedures. I can't complain, you know, because ultimately, it is a government that makes the law, and I want everybody to appreciate.
Yo! Yo, before we start this, I'm telling you something. This is hilarious, bro. This is sad. This is hilariously sad, ladies and gentlemen. This is hilariously sad. I want you to listen to your Prime Minister. The one who want to vote for, I want to say at 1 p.m. Yeah, man. I want you to listen to him carefully. And really listen to it. Listen to this.
Everybody agrees the bridge is necessary. But the procedure requires an environmental assessment of the bridge that was here 152 years before anybody think of environmental assessment. The bridge was built to create the economy that is here. Built before, long before. Justified its existence. Don't need to say whether or not this bridge will create economic activity. But yet, this project had to go through all of the procedures. I can't complain, you know, because ultimately, it is a government that makes the law. And I want everybody to appreciate that the government can change the law as well.
Embarrassing.
He needs some milk.
Emotional damage. I'm dead.
Hey, who mess is this? Oh, man, is this?
Jamaica, I see why I say something wrong with Andrew. Jamaica, I see why I say the feel said the man sick. I am questioning his. I'm questioning his cognitive dissident. I'm questioning something wrong, Jamaica. Jamaica, something is wrong. The man said there is policies and laws, and it created all of this situation that caused the bridge to not be fixed in time. But wait, there's more. There's more, ladies and gentlemen. His government, he can't complain because they are the one that ultimately makes policies and makes law. Remember saying we have 49 people in the house before September 3rd. They had all the power. They could have done it. And he wants to escape the fact that everyone Wilmington is really the reason. I spite them, spite the people, you know. I spite them, spite the people because it's a PMP era, you know. But besides from that, he's admitting that they had the power to accelerate this particular bridge being fixed. And then it's like him talking in circles. What is happening to the Prime Minister? No, man. Make it make sense, Jamaica. Make it make sense. Something right. Something is not right. Wow. 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 Oh my God. Let's continue. Let's get to part 2. Listen to this. No, can't go to Jamaica.
I can't complain, you know, because ultimately, but yet, this project had to go through all of the procedures. I can't complain, you know, because ultimately, it is the government that makes the law. And I want everybody to appreciate that the government can change the law as well. The requirements that is imposed upon the infrastructure projects sometimes cost more than the actual infrastructure construction. Don't make sense. The time it takes to do study on top of study on top of study sometimes take longer than the actual construction work itself. And I tell you, there is a thinking in our country. Don't trust yourself. So double check everything 3-4 times over before you do it. And 2, if it never take long, it wasn't well done. It's a culture that has embedded itself in our public bureaucracy. It has gone to the point where it appears as Jamaicans we are afraid of success. We have allowed a certain school of thought to paralyze us. When the colonial government decided after 1865 that they were going to build this bridge, they said, build the bridge. And with the bridge, the road, the irrigation, all of it was done. We as independent people, we can't figure out how to build the bridge and still be accountable and transparent at the same time. Our bureaucracy must change.
Hey, who mess is this? Oh, man, is this?
The man is admitting his own failure, that he doesn't know how to multitask, be accountable, and move with speed and alacrity. He's the one saying that, you know, he has not figured it out. Remember, he's the one that can change the laws. But he cannot change the law in a way to still maintain being accountable while moving faster. You lack the brain and the mental capacity to do this, and you're on stage admitting it, man, somebody take your microphone here.
Take his microphone. Just a minute. Just a minute. Take his microphone. Usher him out. Usher him out. Usher him out.
No, usher him out. What the hell is going on, man?
Sometimes it is less effective at measuring the cost of not building quickly enough. I want you to understand that point. The system we have is quite effective at measuring the cost of building, but it is not effective at measuring the cost of not building quickly enough.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what Andrew is doing, in my opinion. He thinks he's playing chess, but he's making an absolute ass of himself. 100% an ass of himself. Let me tell you that right now. He thinks a narcissist thinks he's sounding intelligent, but to a person that is actually intelligent, they sound like an idiot. Because he's bending over backwards, in my opinion, to justify Nara, to justify having an entity that has no oversight, no real oversight in law, that doesn't answer to anybody at all. No, I'm not adding anybody. That doesn't answer to anybody at all, ladies and gentlemen. Right? And he can just do whatever he wants to do. So you have the environmental studies. He wants to bypass all of that. That's why I'm carrying Nara. And he's trying to convince the people to buy into the argument that those particular safeguards are not really important, but they are very important. Not only to us right now, but to our future, our children. This is the same government that gave. This is the same government that is appealing the Bengal mining ruling by the courts. Right? That the judgment of the land said that particular mining permit would put the people's health in danger, would put animals that are endangered at risk of being extinct, and also toxify the water and the air. Jamaica, the man is trying to convince the people that this way of doing things is the right way and we should abandon all the safeguards that are there. The devil is a liar. But he's sounding crazy to a person with absence saying it. He sounds crazy to me. How about you guys? Mighty God. Let's continue. No.
It would have cost us at least 30% less if we had built this bridge 4 years ago.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably part 6, but here comes another admission of failure and incompetence by Andrew Holness. Listen to this.
But it is not effective at measuring the cost of not building quickly enough. It would have cost us at least 30% less if we had built this bridge 4 years ago.
Jamaica, Colin Bell already did the math. It would have cost us 70 million less if they had built the bridge 4 years ago. Who was the government 4 years ago? Who was the government 5 years ago? There is a natural process, ladies and gentlemen. Natural process of safeguards. Building of bridges, these kind of infrastructure, if you build them incorrectly and there's flaws, it can cause lives. So you can't just build it quickly alone. You have to build it for purpose. Right? He's trying to circumvent the safeguards to build quickly. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be built for purpose. So you can't just circumvent the safeguards. And by the way, the safeguards is not the problem. That's the narrative he's trying to put out there. It's not the safeguards that's the problem, guys. Let's play it again.
But it is not effective. The system we have is quite effective at measuring the cost of building, but it is not effective at measuring the cost of not building quickly enough. It would have cost us at least 30% less if we had built this bridge 4 years ago.
Jamaica, you have to remember that this government has been in power for 10 years. They have been using the same system he's talking about for 10 years. And he's just seen the flaw in that system according to him. It's easy to use their own arguments against them. You know? So having 49 persons in parliament, they did not realize that they needed to actually fix that system. I don't know, 2 years in. At that point in time, they didn't realize that the system was a problem. Fabulous, how you doing? Long time don't see. But, honestly, the man admitted that they are the government and they make policies and they make laws, so he can't complain. While he's still complaining about all of these things he's complaining about. But he's being very disingenuous because he's leaving things out. And I'm calling on Mr. Anthony, is it? No, not Anthony. Wait a minute. Oh my God. Hold up, ladies and gentlemen. I will find him. The spokesperson, the shadow spokesperson. Soon find him. I'm going to say Anthony Anderson, but I'm not Anthony Anderson. That is the CEO for NARA. Soon find him. Now a picture here, so somewhere. I need to remember his name. Not really talk a lot, you know. But when he do, it's of substance. Ah, here he is. Got him. Let me save this picture and put it up on the screen. I'm going to put up this picture up on the screen here, so. Put up Mr. Anthony on the screen, you heard? Yes, so Mr. Anthony Hilton, CD MP, right? He is the shadow spokesperson on you know, logistics and stuff like that. I need for him to put out an explanation for the people in regards to what he can communicate it because he knows the system and he understands how government works. He can communicate it way better than I can, ladies and gentlemen. So you can understand that Ancho Owens is lying by omission. He's being very disingenuous. All they're doing is admitting that they're a failure. That's all. Nothing else. That's all they're doing. This system has been there. Every system, right? As soon, you know, at some point in your time as government, you look to improve upon the system. But what he's suggesting is to throw away the good parts of the system all in the name of let's get it done faster. And that's why they built NARA. Jamaica, be prepared for what is to come, and for what is to come, be prepared. Tell you, boy. Tell you.
Wanted to think on that. So, this is where reform becomes practically enough. It would have cost us at least 30% less if we had built this bridge 4 years ago. Enough. It would have cost us at least 30% less if we had built this bridge 4 years ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to zoom in on the Hurricane Melissa victims and why the government is a failure based off its own admission there. It's going to cost persons that have lost everything way more 7 months after the storm has passed to rebuild. Why is that? Oil prices have gone up. Everything has gone up. Material shortage. So the material that they would need to build back their houses is going to cost them way more. If the government had act quickly, get people assessed very quickly, pump money into getting them assessed and getting them help in the first 3 months, it would have made a major difference in terms of them, one, finding back some dignity. Just like the people with the Tri-Bridge, right? At this point in time, although it took them too long to do that. But he's admitting his failure based off his own statement. Because it's going to cost those people a lot more money than it would have cost them. And Rasta Hyman was saying this from last year. Colin Bell was saying this from last year. They were on it. Get the people assessed quickly. Get the ball rolling. The money that you borrowed, even the money that they borrowed and they're going to use for Naira, the value for the money has diminished, ladies and gentlemen, because they have not moved quickly. What it would cost them to buy material for the projects them that they're going to do whenever them start, because them don't start yet. It's going to cost them way more now because the war in Iran don't have no end. As far as we see, it has no end. So because they decided that they have all the power to change everything, but they decided to be strategic and they defend what they have done. You see that they are defending the indefensible. Because not only didn't they help the people that needed the help in a quick manner, for the people them to know help themselves is going to be harder for them because of the cost of everything rising up. Where building material is concerned. So it further put the people into a deeper sense of mental just abuse and strain. Oh my God, man. The government is not just incompetent, they're evil and wicked. Straight. Because them can do better, Jamaica. They can do better. They could have done better. They had the power to do it.
I wanted to think on that. So, this is where reform becomes necessary. The purpose of a process is to produce a result. Unfortunately, many of our bureaucrats and technocrats and some of our politicians and many in the civil society who criticize the work of government believe that the end of a process is another process. And it has no regard for the suffering that you feel. The people who critique the government trying to move fast.
Listen to this, germs. What a bangarang. No.
Technocrats and some of our politicians and many in this reform becomes necessary. The purpose of a process. This is where reform becomes necessary. The purpose of a process is to produce a result. Unfortunately, many of our bureaucrats and technocrats and some of our politicians and many in the civil society who criticize the work of government believe that the end of a process is another process. And it has no regard for the suffering that you feel.
Yo, this man is using reverse psychology to blame the people that are there that have a brain to say, yo, brethren, we want the people to get help, but we also don't want enough thief for money. We also don't want enough people on friends and family contracts. We also don't want enough pat the phone pockets, acting as if you are going to actually help us. The man is saying that the people and the technocrats and the opposition and civil society, all of them is against you, the people. What a wicked man. The man flip everything for the people and actually they to protect us. That's like saying a police that actually does his job and put on in body-worn camera and actually deal with people the right way. He'd be saying that, listen, they don't really care about it, you know. They just want the other police that are unaliving citizens with extrajudicial killings. They are putting on the body-worn cameras to make them look bad. Mighty God. This man is diabolical. I don't think y'all heard me. He is using reverse psychology. So the civil society groups would be the ones that are wearing a body-worn camera. They said they demand let's wear body-worn cameras, right? And Andrew Wallace is saying they are wearing body-worn cameras to make the bad police them look bad. It's not that they care about you. That is the level of reverse psychology the man is using. This is wild, man. This dude is really, really wild.
Who criticize the work of government believe that the end of a process is another process. And it has no regard for the suffering that you feel. The people who critique the government trying to move fast will never come here and hear your complaints. In fact, have you ever seen any one of them?
What kind of nonsense is this? The people in civil society, that's not their job. That is your job and the MP's job to make sure you go and hear the people and cry. What kind of nonsense? And the people ain't really there and swallow this garbage. Hey, man, y'all better wake the hell up, man. What is going on in Jamaica? Yo, this man is crazy, bro.
When the process itself becomes an obstacle to result, then responsible leaders have an obligation to improve the process. The objective is not to choose between accountability and efficiency.
You know that this is real dictatorship. And this government has used the same strategy every time. Anytime somebody questions the government and critiques the policies they put in place, they become public enemy number one. And they are attacked by the Prime Minister and all of his MPs. This man is a charlatan for real. He ain't telling no lies.
The objective is to achieve both. That is where this government is pushing towards, achieving both accountability and efficiency. The objective is not to weaken safeguards. The objective is to make our safeguards smarter. It would have been a much smarter application of the public investment appraisal system if it was understood. A bridge was there before. The bridge was being used. The bridge supported an economy. No need to go back and do another test, another consultant. That is a smarter way of applying in a much smarter application of the public investment appraisal system if it was understood. A bridge was there before. The bridge was being used. The bridge supported an economy. No need to go back and do another test, another consultant.
So, Andrew, now your government control the policy. You're not the opposition. So why you never set that system in place, I don't know, 8 years ago, for it to run in the way that you're upset about? This is what you call, hey, Ballhead Wayne in the building. What's up? How are you, my brother? Thank you so much for the donation, man. Big up yourself, fam. Thank you so much. Oh, God, I'm here, man. No, the Prime Minister. No, you know, I am wow. Say, hey, man, I am wowed at the Prime Minister. Yo, man.
Smarter. It would have been a much smarter application of the public investment appraisal system if it was understood. A bridge was there before. The bridge was being used. The bridge supported an economy. No need to go back and do another test, another consultant. That is a smarter way of applying the rules.
So, Andrew, doesn't your government have the power to actually set the policies in place for these entities to operate in this way? Aren't you the law of the land? Aren't you guys the government? You're speaking as if you're the opposition. So you recognize these flaws when? Just now? How long have you been in power? This is your third term. This hypocritical outrage to try and throw the blame on the system and throw the blame on the bureaucracy. All well thinking Jamaicans see right through your strategy. This is all about validating NARA. When NARA is a charlatan legislation, and I am positive that people will go to jail for it or be taken to court, because I'm sure it's going to breach people's constitutional rights. And I am not going to allow you to come on here and talk to people and then, try to trick them out of their constitutional rights and try to demonize the public sector and these bodies that are there to do a very important work. If the work is excessive, well, you had the power to change that. You still have it. You've been had it. Why didn't you change it? You have nobody to blame but yourself. And you admitted that earlier in your speech, that you can't blame anybody because, you're the government and you're the one that make policies and you're the one that make laws. So make the policies and the law, craft it so that these entities work more efficiently. But don't show them under the bus as if they're not doing an important work. Utter madness, utter rubbish, deceptive rhetoric, deceiving, trying to play on the minds of those that are not that, not that learned and understand the civics of it all. You are the one that make the law. You are the one that make policies, so you can affect change. And you have been in there for 10 years. So why are you complaining about the system? Why didn't you fix it?
But when bureaucracies become self-serving, the objective is not to remove.
How is the bureaucracy? How has the bureaucracy become self-serving? I'm confused. How does that bureaucracy serve itself by protecting the people? By these safeguards, how is it serving itself? It appears as if you and your government want to serve yourselves and your family members and connected few with NARA. That's what it looks like. That's how people feel. Everybody is talking about it. And if you think the liberate them not woken up to see that you guys truly are about yourselves and not the people, well, you've made a sad mistake, sir. I can tell you that right now. You've made a colossal mistake. You're in error.
Scrutiny. The objective is to ensure that scrutiny does not become paralysis. This bridge teaches us that
scrutiny has definitely not paralyzed your government, because you guys don't look at scrutiny. You chastise it. You attack the scrutiny, not with facts, but with feelings. And then you set your watchdogs and try to set the people on the people that are watchdogs. You are the devil. This is a tactic of the devil. When a watchman is there to protect the people and say, hey, don't go over that precipice, you will die. You're saying what is wrong with you. You're telling the people foolishness. There's no precipice there. You are wicked and evil. And then when the problem comes and the damage is already done, you guys have set a system in place with NARA, and this is a hypothetical, When the damage is done with NARA and you guys have fattened your friends and yourselves pockets, right? And the people now have to pay back these money with interest, right? And all types of problems occur. You guys have a get out of jail card. You cannot be impeached, right? You're indemnified, and you expect well-thinking Jamaicans to be comfortable with that in a low-trust environment. I tell you, say something wrong with him in his brain. Something is wrong with him. And something wrong with the people and more that support him. Right? That understand that they are the one that getting the issue end of the stick. We are the ones that have to pay back this money that is going to Narayana with interest.
That good governance must be more than following procedures. Good governance must
be more than following procedures. Hold on, wait. Make me hear film explanation of good governance. Hold on. Jamaica, I could hear Andrew on his explanation of good governance. This is serious. Listen to this.
to ensure that scrutiny does not become paralysis. This bridge teaches us that good governance must mean more than following procedures. Good governance must also mean delivering outcomes. A modern state must be capable of asking the necessary questions without endlessly delaying the necessary answer.
Andrew, you admitted before that you could have changed laws and policies because you're the government. You cannot blame anybody else but yourself. You are the failure. You are incompetent, not anybody else. Following procedure is important, but you are the ones that set the procedure to follow. You are the one that changed the law and the policies of the procedure. So don't come to us talking about it outlines the importance of getting results. Duh. You are the one that failed to multitask, follow procedures while getting results. When Mark Golding was crafting the legislation, him and the team, to get us to a level where we were fiscally stable after your government that you were a part of and a senior member of, carried us to the brink of economic collapse. No entity, no capital market entities internationally would see Jamaica or have a deal or a conversation with us for a deal. We were shut out of IMF, international, all of that. Mark Golding and his team, day and night on the weekends, hours, there were timelines that was set for them to pass certain laws. Very specific. And they had to follow that procedure. It takes political will to do so, which clearly you do not have. All you do is complain about a system that you are heading and complain about procedures that you know you're supposed to follow. How about persons that are actually, you sound like a criminal in real life. Only a criminal have so much problem with procedure. Him sound like a criminal. I can say that. Only a criminal act as if him have so much problem with procedures. You understand all of these things that I have to actually do to be accountable. I don't like it. It is a problem. Right? That's all I'm hearing from him. He's been spreading this regurgitated garbage for months now. Honestly, sick of it, man. Deceiving the people.
And this requires us to have a more mature national conversation. But when reforms are proposed to accelerate approvals, some of the same voices object. They demand urgency, but resist change. They criticize delay, but defend complexity. They speak passionately about process, but rarely acknowledge the hardship experienced by the people waiting for benefits. The people of Troy did not need an endless debate. They just simply needed a bridge.
Ancho, you are very disingenuous. The Troy Bridge not being fixed never had nothing to do with any delay in terms of an argument. No, it did not. You guys could have built the bridge long time and cost the taxpayers less money. You had the ability to do that. But you chose not to. Everald Warmington was the cause of that. And that is the elephant in the room that you're going like you don't want to remember. Like you want people to have convenient amnesia. about that situation? Huh? Why anybody is not brave enough in the crowd listening to him to say, brother, foolish theater, and this is why. You know what I mean? They don't sit there and listen to him and lie to them. Terrible. I'm so glad I'm not gonna go over this again. I am done after this. I'm making sure I'm done with this video. Because trust me, it'll piss me off.
So, a bridge.
I wish one person that clap. I bet say Nesta Morgan. Big up the crowd. At least on the use on the silence. For sure, disagreement. Big up on yourself.
So,
the building, bro. But when if you're still in the building, check out the membership, bro. Check out the membership if you're still in the building, alright? And thanks again for the super chat.
Empathy requires us to reconsider not only the risk of action, but the cost of inaction. And that is why this government is committed to reforming Jamaica's bureaucracy. We are determined to modernize our public investment and approval system. We are determined to reduce duplication. We are determined to shorten approval timelines. We are determined to create accelerated pathways for critical infrastructure projects where delay imposes significant hardships on citizens, because efficiency is not the enemy of accountability. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, we have created the NARA. That is why.
So this was all a speech about NARA, promoting NARA, to justify the wicked evil act that they put out. He didn't come to say, yes, Tribe Bridge, happy for the people. We're sorry that we took so long, but whatever. It's all about defending NARA. Sad.
We have created the National Agency for Reconstruction and Resilience, the NARA Authority. So, NARA will seek to structure projects, order them, cut unnecessary bureaucratic red tape, but at the same time gives a high level of accountability, transparency, and ensures the integrity of the processes. NARA will not only help us to recover from the hurricane and build resilience, but more importantly, NARA will show us that there is a better way to build Jamaica. There is a faster, more efficient way to bring infrastructure development to the people of the country. So, this bridge stands as a symbol of resilience, but it also stands as a challenge to us as Jamaicans. You have been fed a diet by our intellectuals, our so-called thinking class, that you can't trust your government. That everything that is being done, there is something hidden behind it. You have been fed a diet which says your government is incapable. As independent people, we need to shake that off. And
brother, the people them can't see for themselves and incompetent. They can't see for themselves and cannot be trusted. And they can't see for themselves that all you guys have been doing is growing your own wealth and your friends and family wealth. What's up, Delroy? They can see for themselves. Who don't want to admit it is those that support the Jamaica Labour Party. But that don't mean them don't see it. If you should have a quiet conversation with them, what they will say is that, slow them man, because, PNP did thief, so I put them time for thief too. That's how enough die-hearted Labourites say. But those die-hearted Labourites, they are looking to get their little thing in a for them hand. You understand? Boy, hey, listen, man. You might play upon their mind because it's a battle for the mind. You know what I mean? Real talk.
we need to support the effectiveness of government. We must support governments that deliver for the people. And this government
Jamaica, this man don't have a record of delivering for the people. He doesn't. Andrew Honest don't have a record of delivering for the people. Where is that record? I can give you almost 100 promises that they have made since 2016 that they have regurgitated plans that did not go through on so many levels. Man, what?
Has demonstrated not a perfect government, Yes, there are problems, but you can rest assured that this government wants to deliver for you quickly and effectively. I am certain that this bridge will last another 150 years or more.
Andrew, you certain say the bridge will last 150 years or more. Members say this say that, you know. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put it on tape say this say. Yeah, make sure. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to remember this promise that Andrew made. But we know him commitment them and him promise them don't work nothing. We're not going to live to see so many years now. But you see the good thing about the internet, we can go so BAPS and legacy will speak for itself. Listen what Andrew says.
But you can rest assured that this government wants to deliver for you quickly and effectively. I am certain that this bridge will last another 150 years or more. Last another 100. Certain that this government wants to deliver for you quickly and effectively. I am certain that this bridge will last another 150 years or more. But for me, this is a turning point. We're not going to allow critical info.
So, according to Andrew Oles, the Tri Bridge is going to last another 150 years or more. I really hope so, you know. But knowing them, yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it. But I just wanted to have it on record. That's it.
Infrastructure to be tied up in procedures and processes that satisfy procedures and processes and don't deliver. Let Troy be a lesson to Jamaica. This bridge now stands as a symbol of renewal, a symbol of the importance of infrastructure in national development, and perhaps most importantly, a symbol of our determination to build a Jamaica where government works not only carefully, but effectively, not only responsibly, but urgently, not only according to process, but in service of the people. Today, we reconnect communities. Today, we recommit ourselves to building Jamaica that delivers for every citizen. May God bless the people of Troy. May God bless the people of Trelawney and Manchester. May God continue to bless Jamaica, land we love.
So, I just want to remind you guys that this is the person talking about all of these things that is uncertified. And he wonder why well-thinking Jamaicans don't trust him. That is sickly hilarious. Sickly and sadly hilarious. That he, an uncertified creature, right? An uncertified creature, it does not understand why, thank God it's raining. Blessings, everyone. Big up yourself, Winifred. Winifred. What's up, man? Go come off my life. I'm saying, up there, make me cough. Blessings, Winifred. Big up yourself. But we need to remember that Andrew Wallace is uncertified, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, he doesn't want to look in the mirror, but it is partially the reason why, it is mainly the reason why a lot of people have no confidence in NARA, especially the way it's constructed. You understand? They don't have no, I don't know how him sleep, you know. I don't know how him sleep, to tell you the truth. I really don't know how him sleep. But ladies and gentlemen, that is my time. Some people were sending me requests on TikTok, but this thing was so long, you can't take a TikTok request right now. I've been on for 3 hours, and it's time for me to take my leave. I'll be back on later on tonight at 10:30 or 11 p.m., ladies and gentlemen, on Bolo VNR Clips and Bolo VNR 2.0. So please, make sure you subscribe to all of my pages, Bolo TBV, Bolo VNR on YouTube, Bolo TBV on YouTube, Bolo VNR 2.0, and Bolo VNR. Subscribe to all of them, because you never know where I will be live. Alright? But tonight I'll be live on Bolo VNR 2.0 and Bolo VNR Clips. And for those persons on Bolo VNR Clips and Bolo VNR 2.0, please check out the videos that I posted before. There's a lot of them that you probably missed. Please drop a like for me. Drop a like for me and drop a comment, alright? And if you guys want to be a part of the WhatsApp WhatsApp channel where you get all the links when I go live. If YouTube, you can WhatsApp me, text me on 876-451-6535. Just text me join and I'll send you the link. So that's 876-451-6535. I'll say again, that's 876-451-6535. All right, for those who I want to get that particular thing up to 10,000 persons in the next month. We're at 2,000 plus right now, so you guys can help me by sending the message to me. Text me join, and then you can share that same message that I will send you with the link to other people so they can share it and join as well. And that's how we grow. That's how we grow. I just dropped the message in Bolo TBV, the message with my number in it, so you guys can write it down and reach out. Again, I want to thank my brother, Baldhead Wayne. Us Baldhead brothers got to stay together. Big up yourself, sir. Respect every time for your continued support. You've been a day one supporter. And big shout out to all of the persons that are, members of Bolo VNR 2.0. You're an honorable member. Thank you so much for, renewing that membership. I really appreciate y'all, each and every one of y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to all the people that came through and hit the like button, Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much to the people that participated in the poll. All right. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate you guys. Let me just end the polls on all of these. I'm dropping the number to my my WhatsApp number in the chat before I go, guys. You should see it on Bolo VNR 2.0. I'm heading over to Bolo VNR right now to drop it over there. I think I ended that live already. Bolo TBV, I think I dropped it on Bolo TBV already. Bolo VNR clips when I drop it on it. Okay. And I want to say shout out to all the new subs, man. Big up to all the new subs. I see the growth, 1 cocoa full basket, as him said. But those persons that are new subs, if you want to become an ambassador of the platform, all you have to do is share the content with everybody you know. Period. Just share the content. Like all the videos and share all the videos. All right? That's it. That's all. That's all. And you guys are very important to the growth of the platform. All right? So, Bolo VNR clips. There you go for those that are over there. That's the number in the chat right there. You can take down the number and text me join. You can text me right now and I'll send the link to you. All right? All right? Peace and blessings to everyone. Remember, also tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'll be live. And we'll be covering the sectorial speech of Miss Perkis of the People's National Party and also Parliament in general. So I will be covering that on Bolo VNR. If you guys want to actually see it, it's going to be on Bolo VNR. But I'll be live for parts of it on the other platforms on YouTube. I don't know about TikTok. You guys have to definitely subscribe to my YouTube page. The link is in the bio. We reached 35,000 likes. We don't get the target of. Thank you. How are you doing, Joanne? How are you, my darling? Hope you're doing well. One of my constant supporters there, Joanne Gibbs. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Oh, sorry, I'm not on camera. All right, people. Thank you so much for your support. See you guys later. All right. Again, share the content. share the channel with people so they can subscribe as well, alright? Mr. Carlton Bailey. No one I generalist them from the PMP. Hold on there. No one I generalist them from the PMP. Mr. Carlton Bailey. I'm sure. Now the general that from the Clarendon or St. Catherine. When I stalwart them. I think in the all think he was not well even at the election and so on him still a showboat for respect on you know man. Hey, I tell you, you know man. Operation Rescue Jamaica, you know. I tell you man, but you know, thing fall short. But the thing well, in a fall short, that thief the election. And we not hold on with that wrong and say that. We know say that them though. Because God reveal it. You understand? God revealed it. But June 22nd, ladies and gentlemen, June 22nd, support Paul Buchanan. Mr. Paul Buchanan will be in court challenging that seat with Andrew Wallace. You remember the controversial seat? Yes, yes. He will be in court, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to support him.
Listen to this.
Whole heap of people. Whole heap of people, you know, I don't want to change because sometimes I'm going to go over your song up on the next page. You might listen to that for my own time. I'm pastor, I hear him myself for my own time, but I forgot to the word, you know. I forgot to the word and check up on the word and see. Ooh, if you have any new, oh my God. How long is this? Let me see how long is this. How long is this? Oh yeah, we're going to do a video on this. Lord have mercy. Good things I'm going to come check Jamaica. All right, people in West here, this is going to be a video that I'm going to post. Yes, this is about what happened Friday. Thus saith the Lord. I don't listen it yet, but it clearly says Friday warning. Hey, let me hear what the apostle have to say. The man of God. Let us hear what the man of God has to say. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, you know that last Friday gone, Jamaica had an all-island blackout. And there's been many theories as to what actually occurred. But, you know, I like to hear from the men of God in these times. And, of course, I'm going to share what the man of God has to say. I have not listened to this at all. This is a 5-minute and 33-second clip. Let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Like and share this video. Do not keep it to yourself. These are very important videos. The videos that I go over with the apostles are the most important videos, ladies and gentlemen. All of the other stuff is politics. But this is the foundation of which we all should be concerned. When you're hearing the message from the throne room of God, through the men and women of God. Yes? Let's continue.
A strong signal was sent. Let me say that one more time. We have to realize that a strong signal was sent. Let me say that one more time. A strong signal was sent to the island of Jamaica that the eagle can take Jamaica with one swoop. Right? One swoop. SWOOP, one swoop, just like an eagle swoops down. Yes, one blow, and the eagle can take Jamaica. The eagle is concerned, and I'm speaking using prophetic language, so you have to read between the lines. Eagle is concerned about the inroads that have been made by the dragon in the eagle's backyard. And so a strong signal was sent to the island of Jamaica that the eagle does not have to set foot, literally, on Jamaican soil to take Jamaica. That the eagle can remotely shut down the island and then take the island without firing one shot. Is that clear? And so a clear warning and a clear signal has been sent to Jamaica to get her house in order. There are certain things that Jamaica must cease and desist from doing, where the dragon is concerned, and also where corrupt leaders are concerned. The eagle is making it known that the eagle has its eyes on Jamaica, and will not allow the dragon to advance any further in Jamaica, because the Caribbean is the eagle's backyard. Having said that, as I said yesterday, let me just quickly say the United States, I'm not putting them on a pedestal. The United States is a backslid nation. Let me make it clear. And God is also warning the United States that she had better repent, because she is playing the role of Babylon. And as you read Revelation chapter 18, Babylon will be judged. But at the same time, as I said yesterday, I'm going to say it again, that in the same way, from time immemorial, that God has used the enemies of Israel to judge Israel. Notice, the enemies. And if a nation is the enemy of Israel, it means that that nation is an enemy of God. And yet God used the enemies of Israel to judge Israel. So he has done and will continue to do. So the fact that God will allow the Chaldeans, for example, or the Babylonians, or the Amalekites, or the Midianites, or the Jebusites, right, or the Hivites, or the Perizzites, and so on, right, or the Amorites, and so on, to judge his people, does not mean that God is on the side of these enemy nations, but that is God for you. There are times God will directly judge with his own hand, and there are other times he will use others. He will use pestilence, he will use plagues, he will use phenomena such as volcanoes, earthquakes, flooding, drought, and so on. He will use grasshoppers or locusts. He'll use hornets to judge a people. So the fact that God would use the eagle to hold up a big stick over Jamaica, and even to slap Jamaica with the big stick, not a big slap, but a little touch, doesn't mean that the eagle is in good stead with God. But that's the sovereignty of God. And so corrupt leaders, including politicians, had better beware, because it's a clear signal that is being sent to the island of Jamaica. At one go, Jamaica can be plunged into darkness where we can't see, because all the vital technologies are shut down. And then the main defense, the epicenter of main defense, upper camp, can also be immobilized at one go. So Jamaica is fooling herself in thinking that, oh, we are sovereign and we're this, we're that. Jamaica is not sovereign. You think you are sovereign, Jamaica, but you are not. And I now will point you to Isaiah 26. If you want to be sovereign, Jamaica, and I'm speaking to the government, I'm speaking to the Prime Minister, et al. If you want Jamaica to be sovereign, bow before God. We have to realize that a strong signal was sent. Let me say that one more time. A strong signal was sent to the island of Jamaica that the eagle can take Jamaica with one swoop.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who the dragon is, wanna watch karate movie? Wanna watch karate movie? And you see them have their festival with the dragon? You know who the eagle is. United States, obviously. Who is the enemy of the dragon? Who is the enemy of the eagle? A clear signal. We have heard the rhetoric about this being USA backyard. So based off what the prophetic word is saying is that This was all the United States, ladies and gentlemen. Thus said the Lord. Sending a signal to Jamaica. So all of the government officials them were corrupt. And Jonas do not puff out in chest and talk about this is a sovereign nation and guerrilla warfare when it came on to the Maroons. When you're supposed to start wetting the pants, you know, man. When you're supposed to start wetting the pants. This is directly aligned, you know, with the prophetic word of external forces, you know. I think I should play that and remind you guys. Yes, because context matters, innit? Yes, I think I need to remind you all of what is to come, man, in this particular year of 2026. It's not a pipe dream, ladies and gentlemen. A clear signal was sent. We tell you, say, God is working. And you hear what the man said? And that is so interesting. God will send the enemy of his people to teach them a lesson. Mighty God. God will send his enemy of his people to teach them a lesson because them stray away from him. That's like, listen, the only reason why you are protected, remember it's me. I'm the one blocking them from hurting you. I know you're disrespecting me. I remove my hands. I remove my hands. I remove my edge of protection. I know you are vulnerable. It's to remind you of who is the boss, who is in control, and who is worthy to be praised. Jamaica, you know, get more clearer than this. It don't get more clearer than this. Let me play this one, external forces.
And we thank God we are seeing more and more church leaders speaking up about the 3 days. We are seeing an increase in that, and we're happy because initially it was the impression that, oh, it is Shuttleworth's idea. Poor me. Huh? Me? My idea? Not my idea. So more and more as I'm seeing others, men and women of God, waking up to the reality and also daring to listen. They are now coming forward and said it's 3 days. Yes, it is. And the Lord had made that clear some years now. And we will continue to say it because that's what the Lord requires. Not some little prayer breakfast here and prayer breakfast there, or person saying, oh, we're going to be wearing black and we march. No, that's not what is required. What is required is that the nation of Jamaica must be locked down for 3 days. That is what is required. And then, as a nation, we will move the heart and the hand of God to extend mercy and to shift things and reset things in this island of Jamaica. Failing that, we will continue to see conditions deteriorating in Jamaica through different types of adversities, including cataclysmic ones, and also what is now looming is external intervention into the affairs of this nation, which will lead to forced resignation of political leaders, stepping down, yes, and also some of them being arrested publicly. That is looming, and I'm speaking prophetically as the Lord is showing, which would also tie into the prophecy of ruffling of feathers, plucking out of feathers, and clipping of wings. Yes. So if we don't repent, these are a number of things that are in the offing, and we will just see them unveiling or unfolding right before our very eyes.
I'm going to play one more, ladies and gentlemen, for this reaction that I will be posting. I hope that you guys like and share the video, man. I don't have a problem with persons watching the live, you know, man. The video will be posted anyway, so other persons can actually see it and share that particular portion instead of the entire life to people. Listen to this.
Not if Jamaica is to be changed, because we know Jamaica is being changed. Jamaica is being transformed. And by or before 2027, we will see a new Jamaica emerging. Not completely new, obviously, but there will be major turning points. One of them, finally, we will be led by a righteous Prime Minister. And it might seem like a pipe dream. I'm smiling because those of us who are able to see in the realm of the Spirit, we have some interesting developments coming this year that will trigger changes politically, which will take many by surprise, because there are those who think that they are around forever and they can stay as long as they want. We shall see what we shall see. That's all I'm going to say. We shall see what we shall see. So apart from the intensification of judgment, which will come in different ways, not just natural disasters, but God will also use external intervention in the affairs of Jamaica. I'm going to say it one more time. God will use external interference in the affairs of Jamaica in order to set things right. Since we have leaders who think nobody like them, and they have put themselves in power through corrupt practices, we have a system of election where persons are to be duly elected, and they corrupt the system. So what God is going to do is going to use other means of displacing them. Watch and you will see. External intervention.
Ladies and gentlemen, when we say the election was stolen, that's a thus saith the Lord. Here, they use corrupt means to corrupt that process and steal the election, thus saith the Lord. Not my word. So when you hear me say it confidently, it's coming from the throne room of God. Let's continue.
In addition to continued displacing them. Watch and you. We have a system of election where persons are to be duly elected, and they corrupt the system. So what God is going to do is going to use other means of displacing them. Watch and you will see. External intervention in addition to continued disasters of different types. So we shall see what we shall see. This is going to be a pivotal year which will pave the way for what will manifest in 2027. So we continue to pray the process through. Not if Jamaica is to be changed, because we know Jamaica is being changed. Jamaica is being transformed. And by or before 2027, we will see a new Jamaica emerging. Not completely new, obviously, but there will be major turning points. One of them, finally, we will be led by a righteous Prime Minister.
Finally, we will be led by a righteous Prime Minister. I am giving you a warning. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Friday night blackout was a clear prophetic warning of things to come. The eagle exercised its power to let Jamaica know that it's displeased and we can take you at any time. So Cuba is there and they're in the crosshairs. But will Jamaica be next to be in the crosshairs of the eagle? I would not be surprised. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Later on, guys. See you guys later. Have a good night. See you at 10:30 or 11 p.m. on Bolo and our clips. Oh, true. And Bolo